let me see Onyechi. Onyechi, can you speak now? Okay, I guess not. Esther, Babatunde Esther.
Good evening.
Good evening, Esther. How are you doing?
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to
My name is
meet you.
My name is Babatunde Esther. I do
Okay.
laundry.
Okay.
Okay, so I am ready to learn. Like I can't wait to learn more here today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody that is on this call that is a business person, people will be giving me discounts. Because should I bring out my clothes?
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was so nice hearing your voice too, Esther. Thank you. Now let me take the third person. Favor. Favor. Oh yeah, favor. Osarated. Hey, I feel like I murdered that word. My butchered it.
Good evening, ma. Nice
Good evening,
meeting
ma.
you. Well,
What's your
you tried. You
pronunciation of your
tried.
last name?
You tried the pronunciation. It's
What's the right one?
Osaiti.
Osaiti. Oh, thank
Osaiti.
you.
Osaiti. Yeah.
Okay, nice to meet you. Tell us
Yeah.
about your favor.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Okay, so a teacher. Yeah, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
Actually, still a seven copper. So
Oh,
I've been following you for a while now on Facebook, and I've been eager to be in one
wow.
of your program, and I'm happy to be here. So I
Oh,
really, really, really want to hear because through your videos on Facebook, sometimes whenever I'm down, I just watch the videos. I get a little more strength. So I think being on this
hey,
call will help me.
thank
I'm
you.
going through a lot emotionally, and it's affecting every area. So I really, really want to heal. I'm very, very grateful to be on this call. Thank you for hosting this, ma'am.
Wow, thank you so much, Favor. That was so nice. And I'm glad that my videos reach you at a very good point. Thank you so much for following me. It means so much to me that you're on this call also. Thank you. Wait, where are the men on this call? You people are hiding. You really want to speak. No problem. Let's go for Tonye. Tonye. I don't want to say the last name.
Don't worry, leave the last name. Good evening, ma.
Hi, Tonye. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. So my name is Tonye Bodonyefa. I'm a biosan. That's why you can't pronounce the name. And then I'm a student, a medical laboratory science student, 400 level. So I came across the ad today on Instagram, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I needed this. I needed this. I feel like I'm in something good, in a good relationship right now, but a lot of things from my past are trying to destroy it. So I think what was on number 7 is really for me, healing while in love. So I am looking forward to it. Thank you, Ma, for hosting this. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. So I decided to switch things up for you guys, I must show up at my best. So it's so nice to have you, Tony, and your biasa name, yeah. If I think I learned something today. And for people that are in love here, please don't press the next people on this call. If I see anybody press anybody's neck, you go collect fine. So, but it's nice to have you here on this call, Tony. Now, the fifth person, is it fifth, 5 now or 6? Who is keeping track? I think it's 5. Okay. So let's go for Abdul. Abdul Anatu, can you speak? Yeah, Abdul is not speaking. I started over to press her neck. I beg go, don't press neck. Miscellaneous. This name is funny. Miscellaneous expenses or which one? Miscellaneous. Okay, speak. Oh.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tell us about you.
My name is Yakima.
Hi.
Um, yes, I'm 25. So I'm
Okay.
into event decoration and an event planner to be. So
To
uh,
be. Okay. No problem.
yes, I'm still on that training. I'm still on that training actually. So
Okay, no problem. Don't worry.
Yeah.
When I buy a house in Banana Island, you will help me come and do the event because I'll do it. I'll throw party that time. Don't worry.
No problem. No
Thank
problem. You're always
thank you
welcome.
so much, Ekima. It was nice talking to you. Thank you. And
Yeah.
Imuwahe Omorov Biye. It's not everybody that is taking turns. Don't worry. It's just 10 people. So Imuwahe can speak now. That will be the
Good
seventh
evening,
person.
everybody.
What's
Good
the right
evening.
for your name?
It's Omoroviye Imuwahe.
Okay, Imuwahe. Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. How are you doing?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell us about you.
Okay, so good evening, everybody, once again. I am Omovi Imuwahe, a laboratory scientist by profession. I came across this conference today on IG and I was like, Omo, I have to be here because we need to break, generational reflections, pain. I need to break it doing. That's why I'm here today. So thank you for having this, for doing this. Thank you so much.
Umuahe, it's nice to have you too. And your name is beautiful, anyways. I don't know what that means, but it's beautiful. Maybe during the course of this call, I'll ask about that. And yes, someone said, can the rest people drop? Please drop yours. You can make connections on this call. There are 83 of us here. You can meet someone who is in your neighborhood or someone that you can do business with. You can even see the love of your life on this call. So don't hesitate to drop your introduction. And let me pick someone else because two people have said I've not picked them. Rachel Shodiya. Rachel, can you hear me? Rachel, I've asked you to speak now, but you're not here. Okay. Now
I'm
let's
here.
go.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Rachel, I know Rachel. Okay, why didn't you click at first?
Good evening.
Good evening. When we more.
Yes,
So
fine. Thank you.
introduce yourself to us.
Sorry?
Introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, my name is Rachel Oluwaremimo, and I'm happy to be here. I saw the adverts for this program on your Instagram page, and I knew that I just had to be here. So
Oh,
thank
that's
you.
so nice. Thank you so much for being here. It means so
Yes,
much
ma'am.
to me. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you said I didn't call you, I was like, hey, who is this? It's nice to have you here. And Oluwa, that will be the last person for now. Oluwaseun. Who said, oh, Titi, like, you want to speak?
Good evening.
Good evening, Oluwaseun.
Yeah, my name is
I'm
Oluwaseun
here.
Olaoluwa. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here because I was actually going through a lot. So I told the sister that, please, man, this is what is going on in my marriage. And she was like, okay, there is this particular conference coming up on the March 1. Like, if I have it, I said, ma, send it to, let me join. They said, calm down. I'll send you a link and they will add it to the group. And I'm so happy I'm here. Thank you.
Oh,
And I'm
thank
open.
you so much. Yeah, it will be
So
it will be
I
worthwhile. So
just
the thing is,
started last year. So I'm in search of jobs. So I just said, okay, let me be here at least.
that's cool. That's nice. Thank you so much, Oluwaseun. It's nice to have you. And the person that sent you the link or the flyer, thanks to that person. Thank you to that person. I don't know who it is, but thank you. And let me just put this out there. Some people are leaving, thinking what we are doing does not make sense. Anyway, I'm certified and I'm trained. So what I'm doing makes sense and I know what I'm doing. If you are on this call and you think this is not important, it means you're probably not for this program. It means you're probably not patient enough to heal. It means you're probably not ready. So I'm not even trying to make anything seem anything. I know what I'm doing. Everything has a process, and I'm very well intentional about the time. Don't worry, everything is in place. So my emotion is in coma, and I want to hear coma, and I want to hear what is going to revive it. Don't worry, Lola Richard. Do like this. It will be revived on this call. Josiah, I would like to hear Josiah's voice. Is Josiah a man or a lady? Because Josiah sounds like a man, and I think we need a man's energy around here. Josiah, if you're a man, please speak.
Hello, good evening. I'm not a man, I'm a lady.
How did you deceive me? Hi, Sarah.
Good evening, ma. I'm a lady. I'm
Good
not a
evening.
man.
Glad to hear you.
What did you say, ma?
I said it's nice to hear your voice.
Same here too, ma. Thanks for holding this program. Thanks for holding it. Yeah, I'm happy to be here also. Thank you.
I wanted to meet you before I speak because I see it's getting down. No, men have emotional breakdown. Favor. See, here's the thing. I have both male and female clients, and men are hard. In fact, we're going to be talking very well about both men and women on this call. Men are very egoistic and proud naturally. So even when I have male clients, sometimes, okay, I was telling someone now that I had a male client that paid for a session one time, and this person got on the call like this. We are talking, and the person see my video. You paid for a session because you need help, right? And guess what? This person was on the call looking at me almost 30 minutes. I say, how are you? He say, fine. Okay, why are you here? I say, wow, problem. So I had to now lighten the mood because it's part of the training you have as someone who is into therapeutical or counseling, therapeutical works or counseling. So I had to now talk about football. Come and see how this man jumped up. I was saying, that's not fun. Gone up. I say, okay. And then yes, the person now at the end of the day came down. I was like, oh, well, it's nice talking to you. So men are like that sometimes. Some of them will see this flyer and they say, I need to be here. But guess what? They will think, what if they see me as a weak man? Anyway, healing shows you are strong, not you are weak, but it's okay. Abigail says that you need this lecture because you're going through emotional trauma. I understand. It's okay. You need to move on. It's okay. Men too get teased. They get teased or they get teased. People are from Ibadan, Abuja. Yao is a writer. That's nice. And Rachel, oh, that's nice. Lastly, I want to hear the voice of Titi Layo. Because I think Titi Layo is older, and I need an older energy on this call too. Titi Layo, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you very, very much. I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I don't want to pronounce your last name, so I don't murder the name, but I'll continue.
No problem. Titi Layo, it's okay.
How are you
what
doing?
I'm looking forward well, I'm getting better, and I hope to heal very fast after this program. And what I'm really looking forward to is I have lots of things I'm looking forward to. I want to heal from childhood trauma. I want to build my self-esteem.
Okay.
I want to learn to express myself explicitly and unapologetically. I want to find true love and identify it. I also want to build a godly, loving, and happy marriage and home. I want to raise my kids in a stable and godly home and environment and create a safe space for them and for all of us. Above all, I want to live my dream life on this earth and also help others heal in their healing journey.
See, I like it when people know what they want. You see, when I said I needed an older person in this room, because thank you so much. It's like it means so much that you are here, and I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy because I think at this point in our civilization, or where civilization has gotten to, women knowing their power and knowing what they want is really important. And this is not even a fight with men or against men. It's just about we are also equally important as men, as important as men are. So I love it. I love the energy. And everyone here, yes. Someone said she said everything I needed. I didn't even have the right words because you want men.
Thank
no
you.
men, no men for this call, I beg. Thank you, everybody. People that are doing business connection here, because I'm a candle connector, everything is okay, but don't lose focus for why you're here. It's okay to make money while at it. All right, everybody. So we're just going to go right into it. I'm going to go to an overview of what the agenda is. So if you notice that sometimes I might be facing here, it's because I have a bigger screen and my laptop is here. So I have to turn to the bigger screen to read very well. That's why it looks as if I'm not looking at the camera. But trust me, I'm with everybody. I'm seeing everybody on the bigger screen. So yes, let's start from here. Icebreaker, which we just did. Foundation plus reflection. Now, someone says statistics spoke on behalf of it. Hey! Foundation plus reflection. First of all, this reflection thank you. This reflection is going to be very intimate and very intentional. And it's a very, very intentional exercise. It's an exercise. So don't think that when I say you should do something, I don't know what I'm doing. Please follow through. Healing is a process. Please follow through. For this reflection, everybody's going to need to close their eyes, but we're going to get back to it sooner or later. Now, the third thing is we're going to be talking about pain attraction cycles. There's a cycle that allows you to keep attracting pain. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about breaking that cycle, because it's not enough I tell you about the cycles. How can we break the cycle? We're going to talk about self-love versus self-abandonment. Some people have even abandoned themselves. They don't even care about themselves anymore. I mean, because of the things they have gone through, which I understand. So it's like, see, self-care, whatever, I should just stay somewhere. I beg, I don't have time. I'll be fine over time. On this call, we'll talk about that. We're going to do another reflection again. And then we're going to talk about healing while in love. This is for people who are already dating, they are engaged, or they are married to someone who is making them traumatized, someone who is giving them hard time. We're going to talk about healing while in love. Now we're going to talk about the high value self-test. There's a test we're going to take to know if you have high value, or you perceive yourself as someone who has high value. And if not, we're going to talk about how you're going to fix that. And we're going to talk about how to spot and avoid emotionally unavailable people. Enough is enough, I beg. How to spot them. Walking red flags. How to spot them. And how to say bye-bye, 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 bye-bye to rada, bye-bye to reggae, yeah. And we're going to have a poll and a question and answer session. Now, there are other things inside of this, but guess what? One of the things I tried to avoid so much is I don't want this session to be like regular seminars that somebody will just be sharing their screen and be reading. I beg, I don't want that. I'm very practical. For my clients on this call, they know me. I will go deep. But even at that, I'm very conscious of the time, because I know today is Saturday and you probably have to prepare for church or whatever thing you're doing in your life. So yes, I am very conscious about the time. But at the same time, please, everybody, I would appreciate it if you wait till the end. I would really appreciate it. It's going to mean so much to me. And knowing again that if you notice the way I arrange the agenda, it is step by step. First, you lay foundation, you reflect, you see the pain, the cycle, we break it, then how to be better, how to heal while you're in love, high value. It is step by step. So, for example, if you leave when we are talking about the cycles and you leave when we are talking about how to break the cycle, that's it. And if you leave during that period, you don't know now, because some people break cycles, they think that's all. They don't know that you have to now be a new person to attract the real love you have or you want. If you leave at that period, that's not me. I've done the one God has sent me to do. So yeah, I'm happy that everyone is on this call again and again. So let's well, we've done icebreaker. Now I want to introduce myself to people on this call, because some people might be wondering, who is this person and what rights do you have to talk to us? I have the right to talk to you. So first off, my name is Ayomide Sinesis. I'm Nigerian by birth and American by residency. I love people. I'm a very funny person. I'm goofy. I'm very relatable. Very, very relatable. I'm very, very relatable and conversational. And don't worry, don't be surprised. I have 2 degrees from communication from US colleges and universities. So I'm a very big communicator. But even aside that, I know I'm a very talented communicator. I know how to make conversations going, how to keep conversations going and all of that. So that's nice. And I see the introductions. Keep it coming in the comments. I see it. Adetomiwa, hi. Now, I named myself Synesis. So some people might be wondering, what is Synesis? Is this a name? Have you seen? God, the things I've heard in this life. Some people have called me Coach Synthesis. I say, I'm not Synthesis, I beg. I'm Synesis. Now, Synesis is a Greek word, and it is the Greek word for wisdom. So over time, years back, I had someone tell, not one person, not 10 people, they would just say, wow, you're so wise, you dispense so much wisdom. And I was like, okay, why not name myself Wisdom? Of course, because wisdom is someone said 100% professional. Oh, that's nice. So wisdom is please, it's not synthesis, it's synesis. And if synesis is hard, call me Coach Mide. Some people call me Coach Mide on this call, so call me Coach Mide. And my company is registered. My company is Synesis Solutions Limited Liability Company, LLC. I'm an LLC owner. If you know, you know. So in Synesis Solutions LLC, what we do is we help people heal. And both formally and informally, I've been coaching for 7+ years. I started coaching very formally in 2020, 2021. And the first ever masterclass I had was in 2021. That was the very first masterclass I had, and I had a lot of people. It was on communication, and I had people. I had dean of schools, Ajayi Crowder University dean. I had a lot of people there, and so yeah. Now, besides that, I'm a very certified transformative healing coach. I'm certified, so don't think I'm just doing something that I have passion for. I have passion for this. My life is passionate about people healing. I love love. So I like to see women around me and men around me experience love the right way. That's why if you notice that anybody, if I meet with anybody on the street and we have conversations and I know you're in a bad marriage relationship, I saw the counseling, I'll turn into counseling straight up. So yes, I'm very passionate about this. But I know passion is not enough, because passion means I like what I'm doing, but what if my methods are faulty? What if my strategies work for only me? So how can I help other people experience the same love I'm enjoying, right? That's why I went and I decided to be trained and certified for this. And yes, I have a number of certifications. You can read it under here: for self-esteem, for relationship coaching, for emotional intelligence, for trauma care. And I have 2 degree in communications in the USA. I have social and behavioral research certification, which means I can see you now and observe you and know. That's why I can study patterns in men that are liars and women that are liars too. So yes. Now, the major tagline for me is I help visionaries. I believe, I like one thing Titi said. After talking about love, Titi said she wants to live life and also impact other people. And that's it for me. You don't just enjoy love and stay in love and forget yourself. There is more to you as a person. There is more to you. So I help visionaries. You have visionaries because I believe that there is more to you. You have a purpose. You have things that you are meant to do, both on earth and to other people around you, right? So I help visionaries identify and heal from their childhood trauma. Identify is important because you cannot heal from what you don't know you are suffering from. Please, Stephanie, mute your mic. Then heal from the childhood trauma and also their emotional baggage. See, from my years of experience, when I've counseled people, I've had people that are slim. You know me, I'm plus size, I'm fat. I've had people that are slim, they're like half my size. But you see the emotional baggage they are carrying is fatter than me. And I'm like, it's plenty. So yes, I help people heal from that. I don't get scared by baggages because I once had mine and I threw it off. I dispensed it, I disposed it. So yes, I help people heal from that and their emotional baggage. In order, there's a reason why I help you heal. I don't just help you heal so that you say, hey, I'm healed. No. In order to enjoy true love, fulfilling love. It's not just enough for you to be enjoying mushy. Are you fulfilled while you're in love and to thrive in your God-given purpose? I believe in God. I believe there's someone up there. In me too, is in me too, right? And I believe that yes, there's a reason you're on earth. So you have a God-given purpose. Now, besides all of this, I'm very multidimensional. Besides all of this, I do other things too. I'm a growth marketing strategist. So I'm a marketing professional and I work for Meta. Meta is what you can call Meta Facebook. So yes, here in the US, I work for Meta and I also do that. So I'm multidimensional. And I'm married to the love of my life. I cannot go without saying that. I was going to put a picture of the love of my life on this call, but I felt that single Pringles are here. Their necks might be pressed. So I'm not a neck presser. I'm married to the love of my life. He's a very amazing man, very, very amazing man. And he's a minister of the gospel. Yes. So nice about that. So let's go on. I see all the God after this call. Forget it. You're on this call already. God after this call. Now the next thing is the exercise I said we're going to do. First off, this exercise is very intentional. So thank you. All the blushing, let us pause it for now. Don't worry, after this session, you can blush again and whine me. But for now, we're 99 on this call. Wow, that's awesome. We're 100. Woo! 100 people. I'm honored. Everybody that is judging, I'm honored. So yes, let's take this exercise. Now I need everybody to close their eyes. I've been shouting since. Everything is intentional. But now my voice is going to be, if not the softest voice you have ever heard. So please, everybody, close your eyes. Close your eyes. We're going to do an exercise now, and it's very intentional and needed. Close your eyes. Now, I want you to think. While you are seated, please sit, make sure you are seated and your feet is grounded to the floor. Make sure your feet is grounded to the floor. You are solidly seated. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Now take a very deep breath. The reason you are doing this is you are releasing tension. I'm hearing noises, please. I can remove people at this point. I'm very strict about that. Please.
Let me forward
Mute
it
yourself
again.
if you are not. Don't forward anything. Blessing Afolayan. If you know you are not doing exercise, please don't distract people doing it. Please. Thank you. Make sure you are seated, grounded. And then take a deep breath again. Release the tension. Now, I want you to picture yourself waking up in the morning. You know how your routine is when you wake up in the morning? Before you step out of your bed, how do you feel every morning? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel sad? Do you feel safe? Think about those moments. Now think about a recent time that you felt emotionally triggered. It could have been something small or something big. For some people, it is maybe someone left your message on WhatsApp unread and you became annoyed and anxious, like, why? You think they took you for granted. Or a period where someone rejected you, or a period where someone, you said something, you contributed in public or somewhere, and someone dismissed what you said. Imagine, remember how you felt like you should enter the ground, or you felt, wow. Imagine how your heart felt stiff or tightened. Imagine the thoughts that ran through your mind at that period. Follow me as I'm speaking. Just follow my thought pattern. Now I want you to remember the last time you over-explained yourself to somebody. When you felt you needed to prove your worth to someone. You wanted to justify your emotions. You knew you deserved better. So you were trying to convince someone that you deserved better. You wanted to stay. Think about that moment. Now think about a moment where you have felt unseen and unloved in a relationship, where it's as though you know that this person knows what they are doing, but they never just take you serious. And it's as if it's only you that is doing all the contributions in that relationship. I mean, maybe you have broken up with the person or you're still with the person. Think about those moments. When is that you gave yourself, you give and give and give everything you had. You give yourself, give your body, give your money, give your heart, give your peace, give your loyalty, but your needs were not met. It felt like you did not matter, your feelings did not matter. Now think about a red flag you ignored. I mean, you saw the red flag, but you felt everything would fine along the line. You told yourself it wasn't that bad, but now you are full of regrets. You made excuses for them, but you wish you never did. Think about that. Now take another deep breath. Another one. Now open your eyes. If you're closing your eyes, open your eyes now. I see tears flowing. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry that you had to go through this. That emotion check was important. And the reason is how you felt now. Focus on this conference so that you do not always feel like this again. So that in the next 2 months, when someone asks you to think about that, you don't feel like that again. Yeah, I'm seeing the tears. I'm sorry you had to go through this. I'm sorry that you were taken for granted. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But that's why we're on this call. That's why everything I say on this call, if you don't have a pen, please get a pen and a book so that you can take notes and you will not go back to being this horrible. Please. Thank you for following through on the exercise. Now let's talk about why you keep attracting pain. The major fact I want to say this: you can't do this, Sirante. You can do this. You can. Hannah, this is too much. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can do this. Look at me. You can do this. Imagine I'm holding your hands right now. I wish I was, but I can't. But you can do this. If I did it, see, one of the reasons I'm the one holding and hosting this conference is because I'm showing you that I'm a walking miracle. I did it. I used to, oh Lord, I used to be very down. I had low self-esteem. I was broken. I gave up on love. In fact, there was a time I said I would never get married. There was a time I said I wanted to become a prostitute. I mean it. There was a time I decided to become a prostitute because I felt that that was the best way to release my emotion and be free. Yes. Yes. So if I went through all of that process and I'm here, you can do it. You can do it. It's okay. I intentionally wanted you to feel those pains again so that your head will be straight while on this call. And after this call, when another guy that is not worth it or another woman that is not worth it is trying to distract you, you would tell yourself, no, I can't feel like this again. No, you can't. You're more than that. So yes, you're scared to cry. It's okay if you don't need to cry. If you want to cry, cry. If you don't want to cry, don't cry. But it's okay. There's still another point where we're going to, who is saying accept my request to join? Request to join where? So, but still, there'll still be a time we are going to cry, but it's okay. It's okay. So now, I wish we had more time. I mean, this exercise we did, usually if it was a one-on-one session or a deeper healing session, it would take about 30 minutes because, yes, you need to put out a lot. Your heart is heavy, Esther. Esther, do like this. If you are here and you know that after the exercise, your heart is heavy. For some people, they'll feel calm, like Tony. Some people will cry. Some people will feel like, I was that stupid. And some people will feel heavy. If you are in the calm category, then it means that you have let something out. And it means that, yes, you are ready to be healed. If you're in the heavy category, do this. Do this. Take a deep breath 5 times. Follow my reading. Follow my reading. Please mute yourself. I don't want to remove people from this call, please. Please. I don't want to remove anybody. If I remove anybody from this call, because I'm very intentional about people healing. Please mute yourself, please. Nafisat, you're not foolish, okay? It's okay to feel like you made a mistake, but you are not foolish. That's one of the things we are going to discuss on this call. You are not foolish. You are not stupid. It was never your fault. Yes, it was never. No, Saiwo, it's not going to happen again with the same person. Hold on. So if you are heavy, at this point, this is what we're going to do. We are going to take a deep breath 5 times. We are going to follow my reading, okay? So let's go. 1. Now let it out. Make it loud. Don't just do. It's intentional. Last one. Now I'm seeing Rebecca saying I can't do this. You can do this. That's why you're on this call. You can do this. It's just like you going to a doctor and telling the doctor, I cannot be better. Malaria has killed me. I cannot be better. You can. That's why you're with the doctor. Okay? Remember, I'm the emotional surgeon. So don't worry, I'm here. So just chill. Now let's go deeply. Now, one fact about your love life. Some people think they have bad luck. Like someone said earlier that, okay, it was Josiah, it was Taiwo, that she feels this is going to happen again with the same person. It is not a coincidence. It is not uncontrollable. If it happens again with the same person, then you allowed it. Now, I know it sounds like I'm accusing you. No, don't worry. I'm going to talk about how you allow such and how you don't allow such on this call. So just follow through. Now, you don't have bad luck for having bad partners, for having people that take you for granted. No, 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 no. It's not bad luck. We don't choose our partners randomly. It is so intentional. But here is the most scary thing, or the scariest thing ever. It's okay, miscellaneous. It's okay. Here's the most scary thing ever about trauma and cycles is that if you don't heal, you cannot control your attraction. It is when you decide to heal that you now take control over your feelings, your choices, and your emotions. Right now, all of those things happen to you because you were not taking control. And it's okay. We have all been there. I was once there. But how do we take control, right? That's the major reason we're on this call. So yes, I want everybody to be intentional now. Now, there is something called the wound-based attraction cycle. It means that a cycle, for people that don't know, a cycle is like a circle. So there's a beginning and there's an end. So it goes like this. It spirals in a circle motion. Now, there's something called the wound-based attraction cycle, which means you keep attracting the same type of person because you have a wound. Now, if you can see my hand, the beginning of my hand is where the wound is. What happens is you go like this. Under here is where the attraction is. Hey, baby, please mute your mic. Rachel, please mute your mic. Thank you. Do we have two babies? Okay. Now, this is where the wound is, and this is where the attraction happens. Now, when you go like this from the wound, automatically, your wound shapes who you attract. You don't know, but there's a kind of energy you are releasing. You being wounded. A wounded person releases an energy. Just like in medicine or in science. If somebody has a fresh wound, there's a smell of fresh wound. There's a smell of hospital. There's a smell of injury. When there's an accident and blood is spilled, or women that do their menstruation, there's a smell. Automatically, if you are doing periods too, you can tell when people are smelling or people have wounds. So people who are healed can smell you, and guess what? People who are healed will not be attracted to you. So unconsciously, your wound creates that cycle. So it's a wound-based cycle. So you now attract, guess the person you attract to, you attract another wounded person like you. That's why the day you attract an healthy person, that person will either help you heal or will leave you alone, because wounded and healed cannot stay in the same sentence, except one influences the other. So it's either the wounded person wounds the healed person or the healed person heals the wounded person. That's the fact. So it is not a coincidence. You are releasing an energy. Now, you have an unhealed emotional wound. Unconsciously, you attract partners that trigger that wound. Not because you like the pain they are giving you or the heartbreak. You see the process we did now, the exercise we did now. You see how you felt. It's not because now you also want to feel that way again next week. But if you don't heal unconsciously, you still feel that way. It's not a curse. It's not a curse. And here's why. There's something called trigger. A trigger is something that sparks something and allows a reaction. So let me give a very practical example. If you grew up in a household where your parents were very poor, very, very poor, very, 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 very poor, and to eat was a problem, when you keep growing and you're at the stage of getting married, if you don't heal, you're likely to marry two kinds of person. Likely to marry two kinds of persons. Number one, you will marry another poor man because you have been so used to the poverty cycle that when you see another poor man, two of you just connect. And now when I'm saying poor, I'm not just talking of poor in resources, but poor in mind. In the sense that this person feels that the only way to make money is by asking other people for urgent 2K. If you are like that, that's the kind of man you attract. It's not a curse. That's number one. The second type of man you attract is someone that has so much money, but is going to give you love on the condition of money. So when they have money, but their love is conditional. So you know that this person does not really love you, but because of the money, because of your poverty cycle, and you are stuck in that mentality, you say, let me stay with this man as long as there's money, as long as I don't want to go back to our family house, so I never want to live in a place like that again. So I beg, anything to just live this poverty life. So you attract a man that does not love you. And that man knows, because he also knows that you are poor, he will keep doing anything because he knows as long as he has money, he has the upper hand. And you will continue being the victim. Can you see how your wounds determine your life partner? Another very good example is if you're a woman who has or who had a father. Maybe you had an absent father. An absent father is someone that maybe he died while you were growing up, or he did not die, but maybe your mom and him got a divorce. That's an absent father. So they were not together again. So you guys were not living together, or he was not there for you. Now, the other part of father is an emotionally unavailable father. Emotionally unavailable father is he was present, oh, not your papa not die, oh, he did not die. He did not die. Your mommy and him did not divorce, but in that house that all of you are living together, you don't have the effrontery to confront your daddy and say, Dad, can I speak to you? Because even your mommy, if she does that, she will collect. You know what I mean? I don't want to use words that trigger. He can spam mommy. Or if he does not do that to mommy, the way he talks down on your mom herself is a walking recipe of disaster. Like, she has heard so much verbal abuse that she's another person now. So you grew up in that kind of home. Or your dad is not abusive, but he was so concerned about his job to the point that he never had time for you guys. So anytime, daddy, where's daddy? I'm going back to work, my love. He even says to us, hey, darling, I'm going to work. Bye-bye. You get back. He gets back, rather, you're sleeping already. And you're wondering, I have a daddy living in this house, but I don't have a daddy at the same time. He's a father, right? But he's not a daddy. If you grew up in that kind of home, you will likely attract a man also that will be emotionally unavailable. So I'm sorry, Joanna. Joanna said he pretends to be approachable, but everything you say, you later pack it and offload the anger on you and say, well, just watching. Oh, yes, these are things that many parents don't know. And so I don't want to say they, but because they also don't know, their reactions were the primary foundations for our trauma. And unfortunately, it's unfortunate because it's not your fault. You don't know, you just grow up and also want to choose another man. You will choose a man like that. For the women I said their father was busy working, guess what? They marry men that are also, they will shower them with gifts. So your husband now looks like a better version of your father. He will buy you gifts, take you out, send you money, but he does not have time to spend with you. So he will tell you, I love you now. Should I not work? Am I not trying to work for us to live? But you have things you want to say. You just want to have a night where you're not bothered about money. You're like, babe, let's just have a conversation. Let's go on a date. And he's like, no, babe, there's no time. See, let us hustle now. We're in the young age. Let's hustle. We can't do all those things now. And I'm not even saying you must be with someone that you guys go on a date every day or every Friday. No. But being in the house, are you spending quality time? Are you being heard? Is your love tank? Everybody has a tank. You know what a tank is? Like a reservoir, a storex. Everybody has a love tank, an emotional tank inside of them, or a love bank. Is love being deposited in your love bank every day? Is your emotional tank being filled? Is that reservoir, is it receiving the love you need as a human to be stabilized? If not, then you are with someone who is present but emotionally unavailable. And it was because of what you saw growing up. That's why you will hardly see a girl that grew up in a house where daddy loved mommy rightly. Daddy was present, listens to you, listens to mommy, kisses mommy in front of everybody. And when you now grow up, it is hard for that kind of girl to not be with a man that will slap her. Daddy has set the standard. So never ever. In fact, she cannot even date you. The moment she smells that, she says, hi, baby, I say, hey. She's like, my dad never does this. This is strange. But you, they will say, hey, it's okay. And you say, that's how he talks. Ah, that's how he talks. It's because you grew up seeing that as normal. So it's easy for you to also be with someone who sees that as normal. Some people say things like, in our house, our voice is loud. I'm loud naturally. My voice is loud. You can hear how I'm speaking. But when it comes to me talking to my husband or me talking to anybody I'm in relationship with, I know that there is a kind of tone, a pitch level. We cannot be arguing and I'm like, I beg. See, oh Lord, let me say something. There are some women on this call, and I'm knowing this by spiritual and divine revelation. You're already making excuses for that man. You're saying this coach own is too much. Even though some men are just loud, you're already making excuses. Let me give you a very, I told you I have 2 degrees in communication. Let me tell you something. There's something called pitch. There's something called tonality. If you know you're the one making excuse for that man, just write "I repent" on this chat box because I can see it. Now, someone says you have to reach out to me, and I'm sorry. 2 blossoms, 2 of you. I'm sorry. Now, there's something called tonality. There's something called pitch. Let me give you an example. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. What's the difference? Is it the same? The first I'm hungry is I'm telling someone I'm hungry. I wish I can get food. Second one is I'm hungry. It means I want food now. The third one is I'm hungry. Like, I don't care about anybody here. I'm just hungry. That's all I care about. They're different. They're different, rather. So if a man is saying, let me hear what. Please mute your mic. Please, let's mute our mics, please. So someone said, give me food. Let's say your man, he had a trip or he went to work and maybe you had stomach pain or menstrual pain or whatever. I don't want to just use men as examples because I know I'm seeing some men on this call. So I don't want it to look like I'm only focused on men, but women. So if you're a man on this call, this applies to you too. So whatever I say about women applies to you because I'm seeing Paul. Paul, if you're on this call, I would have loved to hear your voice, but maybe over time. But it applies to you too. You being with an abusive woman. Now, some men would let me just use the example of man because we have more women, but all this applies to you too. Now, stop regretting that you wish it's okay. It's okay. You're here. It's a new season. Don't worry, miracle. Don't worry. A miracle will happen on this call. Don't worry. So now, as I was saying, let's say you had menstrual pain, menstrual period, or you were sick, and you were supposed to make dinner, but unfortunately, you're not able to make dinner. Now he gets in from work, and he's hungry. See, let's be factual. An hungry man is an angry man. An hungry woman is an angry woman. It is fact. So it is normal that even if it was you, let's say, that's why, let us see. Okay, I don't want to jump ahead of myself. That's why even if it was you, you would do the same thing. Like you have expected food. You were so hungry. It's okay. It's okay for him to express his frustration. It's okay for you to express your frustration. Do you know how you know if it was you, you would do the same thing? Let's not use a man as an example. Let's use your younger sister or brother. Imagine your younger sister or brother is living with your younger cousin. And you know normally they're supposed to cook every night. That's their responsibility. You now go to work, you now come back, you don't meet food. The person now says, I have stomach pain. Don't lie. What will be your first reaction? It will be, you would have said something now. Oh, I wish you told me. I was hungry now. So what will I eat now? That's the fact. That is the fact. Now, the reason I said for women, don't use your husband as an example, use a younger sister or brother, is because for a woman who is emotionally manipulated and unhealed, you don't even have the audacity to even shout if your husband does anything bad to you. So that's why you can say, but me, I don't do that. You cannot do it. He has the upper hand. It's you that is the traumatized person. Narcissistic relationship, for it to work, for abuse, for every abusive relationship, both verbal abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, or physical violence, there has to be the narcissist, which is the abuser, and the oppressed, which is the person that their feelings is oppressed. So you cannot now say example, because for you to be on this call, it means you want to heal, right? Don't now say, but me, I don't do that to him. Me, I can never do that even if I'm hungry. You, they not born you where to do that. That's why I use your younger sister and brother as example. Let's be honest with ourselves. But your younger sister and brother, you know that no, that one you have authority over them. That's why I had a younger sister, or I have a younger sister. And growing up, it got to a point that if she does anything, I will slap her, I will hit her. And as I kept growing and I started learning about trauma and all, I realized that me hitting her when she does something was an outburst of my trauma, because I was looking for control. So the best way for me to express control, when the men I'm with, now them they shout at me. So the best way for me to express control is on my younger sister. So that's why you do something, I slap you. But one day my sister looked at me and said, never raise your See, I don't in Yoruba they say motite. It means you have lost the respect. You have lost respect. So back to the example. Back to the example. My sister is on this class, she's laughing. No problem. Which Olamide, which request are you sending? Yeah, Missy, unmute your mic and speak. Which request are you talking about? Because I don't know which request you're saying. You're on the call and you're saying request. Maybe I don't understand though. But anyways, Joanna says my sister had to check. Yes, so it gets to a level that they can't do that. And it applies to your kids too. That's why many women that have been abused in their marriages too. Both verbal, that's like some of our moms too. They beat us like mad. Abara, if you're not Yoruba, sorry. But it's called body slap. You know this thing? Some people use belts. This is their trauma. So you are the dumping site where they can dump their emotions on. That's why they will slap you, beat you, and you too. So that's why, see, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. That's why when they beat you so much, you are just looking to run away from them. You now fall into the hand of a man that it's not as if the man is better, but because he's not beating you, you're like, let me just leave home, let me just be in relations, let me just feel loved, because you're looking for love. You're not loved, so you're looking for love. You just fall into the wrong hand again. Shege Pro Max. See, Detola says Shege Pro Max. Yes, narcissistic. Yes, Joanna, you're very right. It's a cycle. Even as a mom, if you're here and you have a child, if your child does something, before you, I'm not saying never beat a child. I'm not team never beat a child. No. I believe in spanking, but I believe that there are times when a child needs to be spanked. There are times. There is time for it. And before you spank that child, you don't spank first and explain. You explain before spanking. You tell them this is what you did. Mommy will not accept this behavior. And here's why I'm going to spank you. I'm spanking you because I don't want you to ever do this again. I love you, but I'm not going to tolerate this. Then you spank them. Now, children are different, right? That's why I don't believe in no spank. Some children, if you say they avoid. Some children, don't shout, they will not stop what they are doing. So if you know you have that kind of child, then I beg, don't transfer aggression. That's another thing. Transferring aggression on your innocent child is not that child's fault. I had a client one time that was telling me about how she unconsciously, she didn't even know that her children were already scared of her. And anytime she comes back from work, she'll be saying, come and greet mommy, and they'll be like, she will not give them, mommy bought biscuits. But guess what? It was when she was slapping those children anyhow. So they don't even know. They cannot decide mommy's emotion. Is mommy stable or not? To them, to children, it's as if I don't know. But that's that. I love you for spanking. No, I love you doesn't have to be said as I love you literally. It can be like, mommy's not going to abuse you. Mommy cares about you, right? Yeah. And this is not even because I'm living in the US, honestly. It's just because I've learned better. There are a lot of things. And that's why I said, I'm not team never beat your child. There is a place for spanking. If you do any, I go collect. We go talk, but you go collect. Simple. So back to that. Now, you feel unseen. You feel unworthy. You feel unsafe. If you felt loved, safe, happy from your father or your mother, it is hard for you to stay in an abusive relationship or marriage or someone that cheats on you. See, I've heard things. So, do you know there are some mothers that will tell their child when the daughter says, hello, mommy, I just found out my husband is cheating on me. You say, it's okay. Every man is like that. You just have to be wise. As long as he's doing it, there's somebody say at home, don't worry. See, you just be smart. Give him more sex. Ma, somebody is cheating on your daughter, beating her, you're saying no man is perfect. Ma, Roju. See, Detola is something else. Ma roju, foju ti farati, stay, endure, be patient. Wow, mommy. No wonder I'm like this. No wonder I even attracted this man in the first place. He was all part of your training, mommy. Honestly, and that can be painful, right? So if you don't know, these things are very they are like one from fry pan to fire. And if you don't heal from that, you go to the next one. Now let's go to the 3 core unhealed wounds. So I know someone is saying, okay, coach, all these things they are saying. How do I know if me I am wounded? Right? Let's talk about that. Miracle says my mom is transgression on me because of my dad's behavior. I neglected that. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Your mom is rest in peace, mom. So sorry about that. So sorry. And Joanna says, I also wanted to marry to yes, there's that. Tabitha says I'm nailing it. Nah, thank you. Nah. Is it my own right on now? Whatever, but thank you, Tabitha. So now let's talk about the 3 conhealed wounds. Now, I'm going to mention these 3 categories of wounds. If you are in this category, don't form. Just write, I found my own or something. Because there is something about healing. If you are, there's a word I'm looking for. I'm going to say it in Yoruba so you can tell me the English if anybody knows it. Should be picking you're acting like that thing is not there. You're lying to yourself. That's the okay. You're neglecting, or there's a particular word that it is living in denial. Thank you. I have smart people in this call. Self-denial. You know that this category is me, but you're still talking yourself out. Let me give you a very practical example. I was born as a plus size person, and I grew up being fat, obviously. Of course, during COVID, I had a lot of weight, plus some other things about maybe birth control, blah, blah, blah. There are lots of other things, right? And the funny thing is, plus hormonal imbalance, everything shall join together. But the funny thing is, while I was growing up, in fact, my mom had cesarean section. Like imagine years ago, someone had section because the baby was big or fat. That was how funny it was because I was really big. But guess what? I was growing up and I was being bullied because of my body. I was born in Lagos State in Nigeria, so I was being bullied. Any small, some people say, I beg, you cannot run. You're not Orobo, which is okay, Orobo, okay. Some people now start saying things like, Oboyeri, look at how you are shapeless. Amoeba, I had different names. Ofili Ganga, hey. So I grew up hearing things like this. Now, my dad is a medical personnel. He's a medical person anyways. So I grew up hearing my parents also say, we had one fat auntie living opposite our house in Lagos then. Her name is Bola, Auntie Bola, sorry. So my parents will say, Ayo, don't eat too much so that you not be like Bola. Guess what? I kept on seeing Bola, and they were saying it out of love, honestly, because obviously they know the health repercussion. But guess what? It's because they don't know so much. That's why that was the approach they took. If they know what I know now, they wouldn't do that. Of course, now they know better. So they'll be like, don't do this. So because even when my parents at home too are saying I'm fat, I will be like, Bola. Obviously, when people outside say it, I'll go and cry. Because if my parents were telling me, don't let anybody talk you down, you are beautiful the way you are. Yes, we need to work on your food portion or whatever, but you're beautiful the way you are. If someone outside says otherwise, I will stand up for myself. But many of us, we don't know how to stand up for ourselves, even as old as we are. People ride on us, they ride us, they work on us. Someone will borrow your money, you don't have the guts on top of your money to say, I cannot give you. You just feel like, what if they say I'm a bad person? Or to say, where's my money? They will say, I'm a bad person. It's all because even from home, you were talked down on. So you have not learned how to stand up for yourself, both mentally and emotionally, which is okay. Someone says all those aunties. Yes, so a lot of aunties. If my own was not even just family aunties, because most of my family aunties were not like that. But you see church aunties, they say, Otutito BC, Kilo, what are you eating? Ma, fertilizer. Maybe you want to know this fertilizer I eat. So I had a lot of people say hurtful things and all of that. Yes, Joanna, that's right. Talking about someone's flaw is many of them. In fact, now I know that many people talk down on other people's insecurities because they are insecure about themselves. So they feel like that aspect of that person, they are not like that, so they feel better. Do you understand? Someone says I'm not XXL or even XL, but people they complain. You have to speak for yourself, yo. Talk back. Talk back. I'm over 100 kg. So me, nobody now can come and say rubbish to me. Mean what? You collect your size. And now that's by the way. Now, what was I saying? There was a thought pattern. Okay, yes, I said neglecting. So here's the thing. I grew up like that. At some point, I now met some guys in relationship. There was a time I even met this guy. I liked this guy so much. It was my crush. Oh, I like this guy. Do you know what this guy told me? This guy said, Ayomide, I love you so much. I like you so much. I would like to marry you or date you, but you have to lose weight before I consider you. I say, God, you'll see your life. See your life. Mercy says, my dad will say my ear looks like side mirror picture. Sorry. I'm sorry. That cracked me up. I'm so sorry. See, these people don't know what they did to us. So this man said me until I lose weight, he will not consider me. Your uncle said you're ugly. Helen. What? Who is that uncle? So sorry. So sorry. So it now gets to a point that, you know what these things do? When you now see somebody that now wants to love you and does not really talk about your body. Two things, anyways. The first one is, you know, someone that does not really talk about your body. You will not be thinking, do I deserve this person? Or maybe this person is faking this love. Number two, when you see someone that now is talking about your body, you now see it as normal. So you say, it's me, you now start saying, it's me that's super fat. It's not his fault. You are not making excuses. He always says I'm fat. It's not his fault. It's me that is fat. Me too, if I lose weight. See, auntie, if you like, go and lose weight with Shredder Cycle, with Shredder Gang, or Axe Dance. All of them, you know, I know their names because me, I've paid all of them. If you like, go and do all of that. If you are fat, if that man has problems with you being fat, he will have problems with you when you lose weight because there is always going to be someone that will be slimmer than you. So if he cannot accept you like that, but yeah, we should end it or we should not move on. That's the fact, right? So yes, your eyes go still see shaggy. Fact, 100. I wasn't always a plus size, but now that I am, the bullying in form of care has been too much. I don't get this. The full bullying in form of care. Do you mean they are over caring or what? Oh, they care about you like your health. I know that kind of thing. They will say, but just checking on you. So what are you now doing about your body? If you ask me one more time, I'll ask you what you're doing about your brain. Because if you have brain, you'll not be asking me this kind of question. Someone says, he told me if I had the weight gain, he will leave me. Imagine. See, I want to make an example. And the person that I want to say this about is on this call. So please, for example purposes, don't feel hurt. And I'm not going to say it in a way that you feel hurt. Well, I know you have healed from it. That's why I'm saying this. I had someone one time that this person had a baby. Motherhood already, you know, makes somebody add weight or gain weight. And this person's partner was complaining that their stomach was too big. I mean, I just had a baby, for heaven's sake. See, if you are dating, if you're not yet married here, or you are still looking to choose, have these conversations with the person you are with now. That when I give birth, I will be fat. Hear their reaction. What if I'm a size 18? What will you do? If I'm a size 20, what will you do? These things are not things you can control. So please, no now. Oh, if the person is saying, we'll work on it together, okay, look at the way they're saying work on it together. Is it work on it while you're haunting me? Or work on it that I cannot drink Coke again because you say, see your life, it's Coke that you're drinking again. Did I kill anybody? Now, am I saying there are no times where maybe you can tell your partner, please, I want to be accountable to you. Don't allow me to take Coke. There are times that me, I do it to my husband. I say, babe, I don't want to take sugar for the next maybe 1 month. So I'm accountable to you. So if my husband sees me taking sugar, I'm not going to say, I'm your coach for today. We'll carry the sugar and go inside. Now I say, babe, please, you say. Sometimes I don't even indulge me and say, yeah, take small. Just small. I say, see the person that is a coach. But honestly, I understand that place of accountability. But if he's always saying, see as you they take it, so you don't have sense, or after everything, maybe because it was not I gave you money for the meal plan. I say, after everything, you're still eating sugar. My money has wasted. Bros, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, shame for your voice. Hey, miscellaneous, me too. When I was in high school or secondary school, do you know some stupid boys told me that me I should not be talking outside because my voice is masculine. So then I will not talk. Oh, when teacher asks questions and I will know it, I'll feel like if I talk, anytime I now raise my hand and I'll speak, they'll say, ha ha ha. I say, God, I beg. I say, God, I beg. But now, bro, my husband lost my voice like anything. My husband will say, sexy voice. So if it's not sexy for you, that's your wahala, your problem. Sorry. But honestly, people will bully you for anything. Now, let's go into the 3 core unhealed wounds. Now, I'm going to be talking about these wounds one after the other. And if, like I said earlier, if this is you, please mute your mics. So please mute your mics. Now, if this is you, please catch yourself and write in the comment, this is me. The first one is abandonment wound. Abandonment wound comes from, I've said this earlier, when you have an absent parent, either father or mother, or you have parents that are emotionally unavailable, or your parents were so busy, but they had a house help that didn't really have your time. So you felt neglected in your childhood. Now, maybe unfortunately, like people like me and some people that talked on this call that were bullied, unfortunately, you now enter primary school again. And because you have one body deficiency, maybe a big ear or big nose or big lips, they not even bully you again. So the class again. Joy, Ikuremi, please mute. So they not even bully you again that even people on the in your school, even people in your school. Hold on, everybody. Let me check my. Please mute yourself. Please mute your mic. Somebody is scattering the group. People, though, please don't fall for any scam on the group. Please, that's not me. Oh, please, that's not me. I will not ask you for any open money for investment or anything. The only money, if I ever ask you for money, maybe if you want to do counseling or coaching, but it's not me that will ask you money for one anything. Please, oh, and if that person on this call, God will judge you. So, somebody says on the group, somebody said, "Is everything okay at home?" 38 messages. So Mela Kucho, he said, "Is everything okay?" That's funny. Okay, back to this. So abandonment wound happens when maybe unfortunately again, you now get to primary school, secondary school, you're now alone again. Because people now form cliques, but they think something is just wrong. It's maybe because they think you're not good enough like them, or some fine girls association, they think you're not as fine. You now feel alone again. If that's the case, unfortunately, you will experience abandonment wound go because you just feel abandoned. Now, how does it affect your love life? These things happen from childhood, right? How does it affect your love life? Number one is that you find yourself overgiving. See, there's something called overgiving in the sense that you know that this thing is not convenient for you. You know. But guess what? Because you are trying to just form, I'm the nice girl, I'm the nice person, you know this is affecting you, but you'll be holding it. You give more than you have. So, for example, let's say you have 50K and somebody is asking for 10K. You know that this 50K, hey God, I'm hearing stories. Joy says just short-sightedness. Because of glasses again and skin infection, they're abusing you. They don't have sense. Don't mind them. So because you are in a bid to also feel among, you will not start overgiving people things. See me, this was my own category. So I'm taking myself. There was a time that naturally I'm a giver. Till now, I'm a giver. In fact, I believe I'm a kingdom financier, if you know what that means. But I know I'm a giver in the sense that I naturally give. That's my major love language. Not that I receive, but that I give out. If I like you, I will give you things. You know that already. But because of my trauma, I was overgiving. It's called over because it is more than normal. So it gets over when you are doing it outside of your own comfort. To someone who cannot do the same for you or who will not do the same for you. See, let me tell you something. Overgiving is not even just in money. Overgiving is in gifts. Overgiving is in time. time. There are people like this. You don't know when somebody is on call with you. They called you, and you know you have to go. You don't know when to say, it's okay, please, I'll talk to you later. You can never say that because you feel like if you say you talk to them later, you're the worst person in the world. My friends know me. My husband knows me. In fact, I know my husband. If you call me and I'm this, I'll tell you, please, can we talk? Why? This is my life, for heaven's sake. I'm building a life. I will not say because I don't want to think I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. Leave me alone. I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. There is also overgiving of your heart. This one is not just to men or another gender, but even to your gender, friendship. Don't just be everybody's friend. Don't just share yourself. Don't just be someone that everybody can say, this one, don't worry. If you want to get her, come to me. Everybody can say that. Your circle should be small. And before you admit anybody into that circle, let them prove themselves. Overgiving trust. You are trusting someone that has not proven themselves to you. You now say, what happened? Don't worry, you can stay in my house. I'm going to work. Don't worry. Stay in my house. They now stay in your house, they now steal everything. You now say, I was being nice. Sorry, you were being overgiving. Or I don't want to say you were being silly because I've been there too, so I cannot abuse myself. You were being overgiving. Or some people, they are giving their hearts to people. Now, in relationship context, this man has proven himself that he's a very, very silly person, that is not worth it. But you will keep giving again. There was one time I was in school that I was cooking for one guy. I was doing cool administration. For people that know what it means you're carrying food for a man. When you cook, you pack his own. I'm going to give him. This brother chopped my food though. Unfortunately, and he's not the one I married. Because it means that he chopped my food and he left me alone. He chopped my food though. You know what? He knew when I will cook. So he will not say, how are you? What time are you making dinner? What are you making? He will use scope. You know people that they will even use scope. He will not come as I'm hungry or give me food. You know, if he came like that, I'll say I'm helping the needy. He did not come as the needy. He was even doing that if he's doing me a favor. He will say, so what are you making? Operation Feed the Nation. You get what are you making? I say maybe I say, and it's been a while I had jollof rice though. Wow, well done. And I said, do you want to say, yeah, it's okay. I could take some. You could take some tomorrow too. You will take some the next day. For me, I was feeding him because I like him. I felt like maybe after a while, then I did not like cooking, but I would do it because of this guy. So I know where he will stay at that time. I'll go and meet and say, have you had dinner? I say, no, I've not had anything. I'm still busy. I say, yeah. He ate my food, Sha. Did not still marry me. Anywhere you are, God sees you. But it was my fault. I could take some new. Someone said overgiving is also people pleasing. Yes, it's people pleasing too. But for some people, it's not people pleasing. For some people, overgiving is them trying to prove to themselves that they are worth it. They don't know their own worth. So they feel them giving shows that maybe. Let me give you an example. I'm saying this to Blossom, who said same as people pleasing. I'm saying in some context, it is not people pleasing. In some context, it is self-pleasing that is unhealthy. An example is, let's say you are someone who your own is opposite of everything we have been saying since morning. Your own is you don't have emotion. People say you don't have emotions. You are too straightforward because the house you grew up in, there was no love. Nobody get time for waiting be love. Say parents go they kiss. What's that? So your house, everybody is serious. So you grew up being that serious woman. You don't have time to be doing mushy. Pay, I love you, kill me. If you don't have time, I bet get out. I wanted to get the fuck, but sorry, fuck is a swear word. You're that person. Just like get out of here. This. You're that person. So everybody now says you are wicked. You're a wicked person. You're wicked. Even your parents will tell you are wicked. You don't have time for the family. Anytime you have holiday in school, you don't come home. You are rigid. You are a bad person. People keep saying that. So one day you now think you're not trying to please those people. You are trying to please your own self, to tell yourself, I'm not a wicked person. No, I'm not a wicked person. So to prove you're not a wicked person, you now overgive. Just because you want to feel peace. So after you now overgive, and it's not affecting you, not be giving yourself motivational speech that you're a nice person. Wow, you did that. That's sacrifice. Wow. Sorry. And if you're like that on this call, where you are too rigid, please you need to heal on this call. It's also wrong, and I'll talk about it in a bit. It's also wrong if you are too rigid. You don't express love. You don't know how to say I love you. I love you is not heavy. I love you. I love you. If you're like that, so you need healing. So for some people, they say I love you too much in the sense of people that have not proven themselves. But some people people that have not proven themselves. That boy, that man has said it over and over. I love you. I want you, but because of your trauma, you think you are not deserving, so you don't say it back. Rachel, yes, I'll give you a replay to people that I know that stayed to this call to a good point and engaged. So yeah, you'll get a replay, Rachel. It's okay. Nigerian situation, sorry. Someone said I've learned to not send Joanna. I would like to hear Joanna's version. We'll call this call. I've not sent anybody again. Even when some people act like they are the most upright. If I do something, they say I'm disappointed. Hey, be disappointed. Be disappointed. Be disappointed. So yes, that's overgiving. Now, another part or another aspect of abandonment wound is over-explaining. Yoruba people say, shalaye, too much shalaye, you explain, so you go explain tire. See, when boundaries are not set because they need to be explained. Boundaries are to be respected, not to be explained. Hey, punchline. If you heard that one, say I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. Boundaries are to be respected, not to be explained. For example, let me give you a practice. This is my water bottle now. Let me drink some water. Now, let's say my boundary is if you are thirsty and I want to give you water, don't ever put your mouth in my water bottle mouth. I don't like it. So you are not my husband. Why will I be kissing your mouth? Some people are spoiled. They'll say, oh, can I have some water? Even when you both get at work, can I have some water? I'll give you water. They're like, are you rude? Now, this is a boundary. I've had some people when I say, take, this is water. Then I say, and I say, no, please don't use that. You can open it up and take. Then I say, why? Why what? Why your head? Why don't vex me. Don't annoy me. Why what? I said don't drink water from me. Asking me why. Check, are you thirsty or not? That's how boundaries are. If you have boundaries, some people will say why. Don't answer. You don't owe them explanation. The reason is the people that are in your circle that love you, they will not ask in form of why. They will say, oh, really? Did anything happen that you did this? That's different. That's different. For example, let's say as a lady on the first date, you tell someone is trying to kiss you and you say, I don't kiss on first dates. It is okay if the guy says, okay, I just read this one. It is okay if the guy says, oh, if the guy says, why is that? You don't need to explain. I don't kiss on first date. Simple. But if it's not like, wow, you say it's like a lot has happened. Do you care to share? You can now say, not really. It's just that it's just my principle. That's it. But now start saying, my eyes have seen. I cannot do that. You ask me for money that I should give you 50K till M110. Then I say I don't have. You're not saying, please. I say I don't have. Am I a baby? I say I don't have. Don't be over-explaining. Over-explaining is a sign of abandonment wound. Now, the next one is doing too much to be seen and to be chosen. They will say I'm not mature. That's their problem. I'm not mature. No. Doing too much to be seen and to be chosen. Your people will say carry me. Some people will say eye service. See, when you truly know your words, you will not care what people think in that sense. If you, every responsible human cares what other people think because you're responsible. But I mean, in the sense of when you are setting boundaries, you won't care what people think about your boundaries. So let me give an example. That's why you will notice that maybe in your school, in your church, in your neighborhood, there are some people that some people cannot mess with. They have set boundaries. But those kind of people that they don't mess with, in fact, they don't even do all those extra. Let me help mama to carry a bag. Let me help our teacher to carry her seat. And yet, when the teacher thinks of someone to assign responsibility to, it's still them they will call. Haven't you noticed? Because they know their worth and it's very obvious. Doing too much ends up happening unconsciously because people look down in some settings. Mostly, I don't look the part to them, but as reduced and compared to before. Yeah, there's actually a balance. Yeah, there's some people that they now do less. They don't try to be seen. No. Me, I'll carry. In fact, yesterday I was. Let me say something. Let me share an example. Yesterday I was correcting myself. I went for a work training, and I'm smart. I'm pretty smart. So a lot of things that were being taught in the work training, when the presenter or the facilitator was sharing the slides, like I'm sharing my slide, there were some acronyms there that I just took note of it on the first instance. Now we now had an external assessment from an external person that came into the organization, and the person was asking questions like, "Oh, I heard you had a training on this. This." The person was from Facebook and all of that. And I heard he was an oga, and I heard you did this training on this. Can I test your knowledge real quick? And they asked the question, and nobody knew it, but I knew it because I caught it on the first glance. So the person was like, "Really, I'm disappointed. You all did not learn the training well. This." So I raised my hand and I was like, "Is it POINT?" That was the acronym. The person was like, perfect. What is POINT? And I was like, oh, the purpose. You state the purpose of the marketing. You state the outline of the marketing strategy. And the person was like, that's good. And the person was like, everybody stand up and clap for her. Guess what? Do you know I felt bad that everybody stood up and they asked them to clap for me? I felt like, oh my God, do I deserve this? Like, I don't want to now. I was not feeling like I don't want it to look like I know too much. So I was like, let me know. So I put my head down. So the facilitator that said they should clap for me now said, raise your head and take your flowers. I was like, Ayo, oh, you messed up. Take your flowers. You know what I did? Immediately I called myself to, imposter syndrome, yes. Immediately I called myself to order. When I was going to walk out of that class, guess what? And I even, because I wore a blazer and I wore a very big boot, nice boot, fashion boots. I went out with my elegance, and I had a lot of those people coming to me and say, well, I'd like you to explain that. But imagine, because they said I was not going out, I was not covering my eyes. They'll just look at her, look at me and start saying, look at her. She thinks she's better. But when they say she thinks she's better, and you said you raise your head and look at you again, I saw you and I heard you. And you look at them face to face. They dare not. They dare not. See, when it is like, someone said, let it not be like my own is too much. There's that one too. But that's another level of wound. Let it not be like my own is too much. And imposter syndrome, that's there too. Please, nobody should raise hands here. There's going to be time for questions. Don't worry. I got you. So, overdoing sometimes is too much. Now, overdoing will now be anytime they now ask question again, I should not raise my hand and say, I know it. And I don't allow that people to talk. That's doing too much. But being you is, you know this thing. Let your light shine. I beg. You are a light, so shine. Let nobody talk you down. Let nobody has the audacity to talk you down. Be you. Thank you, Rebecca. Try to be you, I beg. Be you. That's you. And be confident about it. Well, when they give you your flowers, receive it with open arms. So what I did is, after that, the person even called me and said, what's my name? What's my last name? I told him, and I was like, he would like to see me around. This. I'm like, oh, thank you. This. And I was like, what do you do? I told him, I said, this is what I do. How long I've been in business. I've been doing this. I said it straight up. And guess what? That top boss took note of me because of that. So yes, there is overdoing too. Now, the next thing again will be ignoring red flags to keep someone around. This person has chosen, they're proving themselves on and over that, see, I am a red flag. Examples of red flag. When you call them, they don't pick your battery's flat. No problem, your battery's flat. For people that want the recording, I'll give them. They don't pick your calls when you ask them to pick. So you are saying, don't worry, he's always busy. This person never calls you. He tells you, oh, I'm traveling. This. Thank you, Oyinlola Richard. And this person is always just saying that, don't worry, he does not like to call. He does not like to chat. So it's always me that is doing it. You are giving excuses. When you are saying red flags, you are ignoring it just because you want to just keep the person around. Why don't you let go? Let go. Bele, you are too big for that. Let's go. See, there's something called this is where you trying not to do too much. When you are, I'm giving the best way to put it. I have a quote on this that I've forgotten how I put it. Some people will say your own is too much, and it's not their fault. It is just because you are too much for them. That's the fact. There are some people that, when you know you are setting healthy boundaries, there are some people that will say, it's too much. Please, you are too much for that person. You are not too much. You are just too much for that person. There is someone that would love you like you are. There is someone that will respect. There is someone that will not debate what your standards are. My husband knows some of my standards and he will not debate it. It is not, this is, for example, it is as, oh God. See, sometimes we have lost our self-esteem so much to the point that we now try to reduce our standard for people. He's not deserving of you, mama. You don't pass him. Uncle, you have passed that. Leave her. So for some people, this is in relationship, but so some people it's intellectually. Maybe you belong to a circle of people and you know that these people are pulling you down always, and they're not even willing to learn, because that's the boundary. Because of course, it's okay if you know things more than people around you. Don't always leave people and say, oh, you are lower than me. No, there are places for you helping people up. There are places for you also being a help, right? But when you know that these people, you keep trying to help them, but they are never willing to be helped. They are now telling you that you are the wrong person. Please, I beg. You are too much for them. Leave that circle of friends. Leave that job. There was a time I left a job. My boss would always harass me, traumatize me, talk down on me. I had panic attack. I left the job because I knew I was more than that job already. Don't, if you know you are more than, see, pass it. Now, someone is asking, how about reaching a compromise? Yes, the difference between reaching a compromise, how to know when to reach a compromise is, number one, that thing you are reaching a compromise on is not a deal breaker for you. As a human, you should have a deal breaker. If you are responsible and you're an adult, have a deal breaker. These things are no-go area. If you do this, it's a deal breaker for me. Get out. For example, if you are not married and you cheat on me, there's nothing you want to tell me. We cannot get married. There's nothing you want to tell me. It's a deal breaker. Cheating in relationship, it's a deal breaker for me. It's a deal breaker for me. So some people say, give people grace. It is up to me to decide if I want to give grace. And you will not make me feel bad for not giving you grace. It is my deal breaker. If I give you grace, fine. If I don't, fine. It is on me. I know what I'm worth and what I deserve. It is on me. That's number one, to know how to reach compromise. It is not a deal breaker. Number two, this person is not bullying you into reaching the compromise. You are reaching the compromise because you choose to. Like the example I gave earlier, this person is always asking you for money. You don't let them now say, would you want me to lose my school fees? Don't let them bully you into doing it. Do it because you want to do it. That's number two. So when you sacrifice, you know you are doing it for you, not because of them, not because to please them. Number three way to know if you should reach a compromise is, can this person do the same for you? Are they also reaching a compromise at their end? Or is you that want to reach out the compromise? Let me give you a practical example. When I got married, me and my husband don't have certain issues, but when I got married, one of the issues we had, and it was not even a fighting type of issue, it was just an issue, is food issue. Food issue in the sense that I have tooth problem, or I had tooth problem growing up. My dad had tooth problem. So it's kind of like genetic. And my dad had lost about 5 teeth or 6 teeth. He has removed like 6 teeth. So to get teeth like that. So my mommy's food growing up was always very soft. Like the softest way. If my mommy cooks rice, if she cooks rice, you can press the rice like this and everything will just cook. Where the same as meat. And meat is like very soft. And it's because of the way my daddy is. So I grew up eating those kind of food. So I got married, and that's kind of food I can cook. The first day I made pasta for my husband, the first time I learned how to make stir fry was when I was in school. I got to school. One of my friends was like, you are making spag, make for me. And I was like, my roommate, and I was like, I'm making for you. I can't break spag. I broke it. It was almost like rice. Then the spag was very soft. The person that said, what is this? This is noodle soup. What is this? I was like, yeah, pasta. I was like, this is not pasta. So that was when I knew that that was the first time I ever knew that my cooking method or the kind of food I've been eating was bad. So cheating is a deal breaker for me. I also believe in keeping a marriage. I'll get to that. Now, and also that so I have a problem. This kind of food is not how everybody eats. I said, wow, okay, no problem. And then I now got married. And I now cook food. My husband likes hard food. It's meat. It should not be that you just put mouth and it. My husband likes to be struggling with meat. He likes that he's eating rice and it's crunchy. He's eating pasta, it's crunchy. Man, I now made food. My husband was like, babe, this food is too soft. I was like, this food is not too soft. Oh, this is normal. I said, it's too soft. I said, we don't get problem. So it happened again. I made food again. I even thought I had adjusted. But my own limit was him still saying this is soft. I said, at any problem, we don't get problem. You know what we did? We knew that we had to compromise for each other. So we are going to meet in the middle. Now, compromise in the sense that I was compromising was that I was now learning to eat harder food and I was also learning to eat softer food. So we were meeting in the middle. It was a bit hard and a bit soft. But if the person is saying, you be making hard food in this house, I don't want to eat any soft food, always hard food. So you that you can eat soft food, that means the person does not care about you. It means only you should be the one eating hard food. Or you're now saying, no, that's how I grew up. That's how I grew up. You must accept me the way I am. I cannot compromise. I will only make soft food. So you cannot eat, leave it alone. That's bad. So that person that cannot eat salt, what should they do, right? There's a place for compromise. But remember the 3 things I said. Number 1, it must not be a deal breaker for you. If you know that, you see, I said the boundaries are to be respected. If I knew that eating soft food is a deal breaker for me, or eating hard food is a deal breaker, I would not have married someone that eats hard food. It's that simple, but it's not a deal breaker for me. What is food in love, I beg, to me? But for someone else, if food is a big deal for you, I can't blame you. If that kind of thing is a big deal for you. Of course, there are levels where, as a coach, I will not tell you, madam will be coming down too. But normally, there are some things that people might not understand, but are deal breakers for you, right? Now, compromise. Don't forget, number 1, it must not be a deal breaker. Number 2, you're not being bullied into making the compromise. And number 3, the person can also compromise, so you're also compromises for you. Do you understand? So I've answered your question. I've forgotten to ask the question. So those are abandonment wounds, or these are like how you know if you have abandonment wound, or struggling to set boundaries because of the fear that people will leave you. You are feared that, you are scared that you end up being unwanted, being unloved, being abandoned. They'll say your own is too much. I beg, set the boundaries. It's abandonment wound. One of the ways to heal from abandonment wound is you have to learn to feel secure within yourself first. You have to know your own worth first. You have to know that you will not tolerate people that treat you as an option, because you are not an option. You are worth it. Okay? You are worth it. You are not an option. Anybody that cannot see you as that, that's that. Yeah, is on them. It's on them. It's not on you. So let's talk about the second type of wound, rejection wound. Now, rejection wounds, these ones happen because you have early experiences, maybe in your primary school, maybe your teacher, or maybe relationship, or even your siblings. You felt being unloved. You constantly felt being compared to other people, and you constantly felt being ignored. Let me explain. There was a time that, because especially for parents now, when you have more than one child, there is 90% probability that these 2 children are different. Now, many of our African parents don't know that it is wrong to compare children. It is very wrong. So let me give a practical example. Growing up, my mom did not know this too. So I am not an hands-on person, like hands-on in the sense that, people that do crafts and you can arrange stuff, do flower. I'm not that person, no, sorry. I know interior design. Like when I see a nice place, I can say, oh, this is nice. Even till now, my graphic designs, I had to learn it because I'm not naturally someone that is good in all those things. But my sister is. My sister is good with, because my mommy had an wholesale shop growing up. She sold provisions, food stuff, and all of that. So my sister likes going to shop, or she liked going to shop. Me, I don't like it. To me, being in shop, I can be there to talk with your customers and they will buy more. I've had instances where I will be talking to my mommy's customers and they'll say, because of you, because of your daughter, I'll buy more. I will engage them. But I should be arranging things. I should be carrying rice on my head to go and deliver to customer. I don't like it. Well, my sister, she will do it happily and joyfully. She'll say, mommy, what do you want to do next? This. Now, yes, someone can fall into more than one category. Yes, you can have both. In fact, some people have 3 of the wounds. They have abandonment, rejection, and betrayal. So you know why your trauma is deep, right? So my sister will do it joyfully. She will carry all those things. And my mom will not be telling me, but my sister hated to cook. Even till now, she does not like cooking. But me, I like to cook. So I will cook food for the family. She will do shops. So my mom will not be saying things like, me, I am not a good child because I'm not helping her. I'm not considerate. One day I had to call and say, Mom, I'm not considerate, but I'm cooking food. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My sister does her strength to be arranging shop. That's not my own strength. When I have holiday from school, I can't come home because I was building brand. I was building things. I was learning how to make money. I cannot come home. I have things I'm doing. But because my sister, if she has breaks, she runs home. You now say she's better. She's not better. We're just different. Now, if you fall into this category where someone was constantly comparing you, then you have rejection wound. Now, this way, it feels like people always compare you with other people. Or even at work, you have a boss that always says, can't you just be like this person for once? Or you hate you are not good at public speaking. You don't have to be if you are good in other things. Obviously, as a human, there are things you should learn, right? And honestly, they're just things you should learn. But if there are things that you can never be as good as people that are naturally good at those things. So if you were being compared, you probably have rejection wound. Now, Josiah says, I am my twins. Oh, yes, you're Taiwo. Oh my God. Joanna says, my dad compares my baby sister to my immediate younger sister, and my baby sister married a rich man. She's 7 years younger than me, and we are obedient enough to him. That's why we are still unmarried. We are not obedient enough. Don't let anybody bully you, even your parent, into marry you. Please, I beg. Marriage is deep. But yes, many African parents don't know these things. So they keep bullying their children. Then you are not like this person. Let me mention that one. Jammed me. The first jam I had 260 something. Second jam I did, that's how I failed. I had 190 something. When my colleagues or my classmates had gone to school, they had admission into school. I did not have admission immediately. Waiting my year, no year. It got to a time that if I want to eat, my mom will say, my mom is a very sweet person. Trust me. Now she knows better. Of course, she didn't know enough then, but now she knows better. And now she calls me a coach because I coach her. Then I will just say, my mom will say, you are eating again. You never ate at school, you the chop. Say God. Is it a crime not to get admission? There was a time I packed all my load. I said, I'm leaving my parents' house. That enough is enough. I packed all the load. My mommy said, you are traveling. She said, wait. She said, that's good. She said, I will not say you should not go, but anything you are carrying when you are traveling, make sure anything I buy with my money is not part. That's why I carry my load back inside, because even the box where they used to travel, that my mommy buy her, so I just left it and went back. But what am I saying? Being compared to even your friends, they will say, can't you be like that one? She's very reserved. She's a virtuous lady. Maybe you two are virtuous, but because you are naturally loud or you talk for yourself, you stand up for yourself, they say you are a bad person. Now, how does it affect your love life? Number one, you settle for the barest minimum because you have been rejected so much. Anybody that now gives you small love like this, you don't find love near. You just settle for the barest minimum. Breadcrumbs. You settle for breadcrumbs. Even when you're more than that, this is where you now get to a point. Let me give you an example. You get to a point that maybe let me just give you an example. And this is an example. And I'm saying an example because it's very important. Finances. Finances is an important part of relationship. But your mom compared you to one that got pregnant. I know that feeling. Now, finance is important in marriage or relationship, but there are levels to these things. There are areas where you know that this person is good, but presently they don't have all that money. So you can be with them till they are better. There's that. But there are also times where, as a woman, when you are not maybe in your early 20s, maybe you are now in your late 20s or early 30s or late 30s or early 40s, and you know what you want. You have worked for your money. At that point, you cannot just marry any man and say, hey, I want to suffer with him. And this is not me telling you to be toxic or to choose money as number one. No. But there are levels to these things. That's the fact. You cannot have been a boss lady now, and you're now married. You now want to choose somebody that maybe is maybe just entering school. It's not possible. I'm not saying you cannot work, but if you know in your heart that you want a man that you will look up to in that level, because you have gotten to that level, and you also want a man that is okay for himself, don't deceive yourself. Yes, there is a place of greed and contentment that, oh no, now you cannot compare your husband with another person. Or if you find a good man and he's just struggling, but you know this man has vision, there is that. But even vision, there are levels to these things. For example, now, if I was to choose a man now, you cannot expect that I choose, and I'm not even saying this to be mean. Understand me. I cannot, at this stage that I am, if I was to choose a man that is living in a one room. It's not possible. It's not pride. It is not pride. If you like, say it's pride. That's on you. It's not pride. I'm not saying this to say people that are living in one room don't have a life. No. I've lived in one room before. Yes, I have before. But I've also worked to a level where I cannot live in one room again. It is not pride. It is just like telling the president of Nigeria or president of America to come and live in a face me, I face you. It makes no sense. That person has paid their dues, so they can no longer do that. Many pastors, big pastors in the world, or big imams or whatever in the world, they have cars, they have convoys. Some people say they are doing too much. They have paid their dues. They have gotten to that level. So you cannot say, maybe the owner of Redeemed Christian Church of God or Deeper Life or Winners should enter Keke Marwa. It makes no sense. Even you as the thinker, it makes sense. It don't make sense. That's how it is. So the same way, rejection wound will make you settle for someone you know you are obviously above, because there are levels in life. So it is not wrong when you know you are more than this level, you are here. It is not wrong for you to look for men in this place and be firm and say, no, I don't want a man here. I want a man here. That's fact. Rejection wound will make you say, I know I'm here, but make you not be like, say, I don't need to. Let me just, it's on you. Now, confusing attention with love. See, this one is important. For people that have rejection wound, you were rejected so much. Some people they just care about you. They're just kind. They are kind men. But because, sorry, unfortunately for you, you don't experience love very well. A kind man, JJ, that has loving wife, or because he's caring for you, maybe he sees you and says, oh, I'll pay for your transport, or don't worry, I'll pay for that. You lost your card. You will not see him and say, this man don't fall for me. Let me shake small bumble. Let me collect his number. I must not lose him. He loves me. Nibo, he does not love you. He has a wife that he loves at home. Sorry. You are the one that does not know love. Sorry. Confusing attention for love. So someone say shoot me. I can't shoot you, sorry. So someone says my mom and dad were always sitting at middle ground. They reminded me that my dad rejected me. I bet, oh, so sorry about that. I don't trust both of them. I'm sorry, Blossom. I'm sorry. Don't worry, you're in this person that you Blossom. You will not see somebody that maybe this lady or some women too, some men too. Let me give you a practical example. There was a time that I went to do A-levels. And when I went to do A-levels, I had two instances where this thing happened to me. So I had all these, all these books that are big books, all these hardcover books. Yeah, something like this. So while I was going for the A-level program, I had a big book like that could take two, three courses at the same time. So there was this guy that he did not have a book, and I noticed that this guy did not have a book. So I now called him and said, hi, you don't have a book? I can give you one. I gave him a new book. Do you know that this silly and stupid boy went to his hostel to tell everybody in his hostel that there is a maga you are saying, don't see maga, that I don't fall for him. Sorry, I'm speaking big that. I have feelings for him. That's why I gave him a new book. Look at how retarded someone can be to think a book is love. Are you stupid, bro? Foolish people, yes. Or they... That was how retarded he was, that I gave you a book. The same way, some women are like that too. Because a man bought food for you, you're already thinking, he likes me. He does not like you. Carry your mind off. He does not like you. Sorry. Thank you, Esther. Let them help you in peace. There was another time again that there was a guy that had crow. You know this eczema and body lakpa. I don't know the English. Crow. So in class, people were avoiding him. They didn't want to sit with him and all of that. So and I saw him. I was like, this. You have crow. People are avoiding you. It's okay. I know something you can use, Kakatine and Tetmosol. And I used my money. I got it for him, and I brought it to class the other day. I was like, oh, take this. This will work for you. Why did I do that? One day, this guy just called me and said, come, I know you're shy to say it. I know you have feelings for me. Because why will you buy soap for me if you don't have? So you don't have sense. So I should have left you to wallow and drown in your crow. You see why not? Now why they know the help people be this. So if you now confuse attention with love, is obviously rejection wound. It's obvious. It's obviously rejection wound. You feel like you have to always prove your words. You feel like you always say something. Let me explain this. It's rejection wound. You're not being loved for who you are. That's the coffee. You're not being loved for who you are. You are not being loved for who you are. You need to now be loved for who you are. You need to understand that you are not begging to be accepted. You deserve so much more. So anybody that has you is even lucky to have you. Now, how can you heal from rejection wound? You can heal by just stop chasing people that make you feel unworthy. Number one. When people say you are doing too much, you know you're not doing too much. So because you have been rejected a lot of times, it now makes you feel like, oh, let me settle for the least. No, don't do that. And also know that you realize rather that you deserve love without begging for it. Don't beg for love. Don't beg for love. Don't beg for love. Don't beg for love. If they leave you with your wallet, go see person talk on. Use the song to wash your brain. Oh no, you people on this call, you are too violent, please. Now, the last wound is betrayal wound. Now, I'm taking time to explain this wound so that when you know the problem, solution is easy, right? So remember your sub. Now, betrayal wound. Betrayal wounds are for people that this one was not in your childhood, really. Some could be childhood, but it was deeper. Now, this betrayal wound involves people that were sexually molested, like myself. If you were sexually molested, you don't have to feel bad. I'm sorry if you have not healed to the point where you can accept it, but I was severally sexually molested. That's betrayal wound. Now, the reason you are betrayed is most times the people that molest other people are people that you are familiar with. You know them, they know you, they are familiar, they are not strangers. If it's a stranger, you say rape. This was also rape too, or it can also be rape. But thank you, Joanna. Thank you. But it gets to a point where this is someone that you know that knows you, and I could just say something. Sorry, this is someone that you know that knows you, and then they molest you. You now feel betrayed. That wow, I trusted you, or you are older, you dated a guy, and this guy cheated on you. That's betrayal wound. Or you dated a guy and you were a virgin. Now, remember the set of people I said because they don't have love at home. When they see small love, they just want to leave home and leave home. Now, those kind of people, most times, those kind of people, when they get disvirgined, they were disvirgined against their own will. They were disvirgined against their will in the sense that because they were rushing out from home, there was no love. They now tell this guy, I'm a virgin, and I trust you with this, and I'm not ready for sex. The guy will say, don't worry. Most likely it was an older guy. Some people are seeing this. They are seeing themselves in what I'm saying. Most likely it was an older guy. So this guy will tell you, will give you all assurance that don't worry, I'm not like them. I'm not like your parents. It will keep saying, I'm not like your parents. Don't worry, I love you. This is it. But guess what? He's already planning and plotting the day we penetrate. I'm sorry if this is vulgar, but we're adults here. He's planning the day we penetrate. You will notice that the day you got this virgin or deflowered, I know this virgin is not a standard English word, but you understand. The day you got deflowered, the penetration was not planned. In fact, you didn't want it. Maybe it started from romance, smooching, and kissing, and then it just became, you're like, it has entered. You will not say, sorry, don't let it pain you. Small. Before you know it, you have lost your virginity. It was also because of betrayal. Now, that kind of person, if you had that kind of experience, most likely you have betrayal wound because you trusted someone so much. And Rebecca, who are you on this? She said you don't enter. Rebecca, who are you? Someone says I'm in all 3 levels. Blows over. I feel you, sis. I feel you. Someone say one Yoruba girl make me this culture today. I'm Yoruba. Bookie, it will be where we book you because maybe Bookie has changed. So that's betrayal wound. Now, another level of betrayal wound is one that your local said earlier, which is good. That when your parents tell you to put on your slippers and they end up leaving you, that thing, people think is a small thing. It's not small. If you're a parent here, please don't do that. Or when you tell your kid, if you get first position, I'll buy you Mr. Biggs. They now get the first position, you don't do that. You know what you're doing? You're teaching them that what is not equals to trust. So you're making it harder for them to trust people. So before you know it, they grow up having betrayal wounds because when someone else says yes, they now want the person to do everything to mean the yes they mean. I said yes, I love you. Must I cut my head off to show you I love you? I struggle with that. You know, I told you I was born plus size and all of that. When I finally met my husband, I still had some residues of low self-esteem in me. And my husband would say, oh, I love you. I would see that this person was not asking for my body. It was strange to me that, are we fine? Are we okay? Like, maybe he's getting it somewhere else. Oh, how foolish. It was weird to me. Like, how can you say you love me like this? You are not complaining about my body. Oh, and this is not, when I say it's not complaining about my body or something, let me now also clear this. There's a balance to this. It does not mean there's not the health part of everything where I need to also, maybe because of health reasons, I need to lose it and all of that. For example, me and my husband had this conversation. I asked my husband one day, I said, is it that you don't give a damn about me being fat or something? He says, I know you are fat, but it is stupid. It is silly, or it is immature. I've forgotten the word he used, but he said, meant it was unwise of him to see me like this, ask me out and toast me like this, and now be asking me or pressuring me to lose weight. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Or maybe you did not have a job and a man said, I will marry you. You now get married. He's now telling you you are a lazy person. You don't have job. You're just eating. That's very silly. He saw you jobless. So why can't he be an adult? Right? Now, you need to understand that if you had all of that, you had betrayal wound. Maybe someone you trusted so much, this, and you're now like, they did this. So when you now see someone that is really giving you the love, you know what will happen? You'll be doubting it. You'll be saying something. I just remember something. You'll be thinking they want to collect something from you in return. Yes. That you will now start having a mindset that if somebody gives you something, they want something back. That's how they give something. That people cannot just be nice in peace. People can be nice in peace. People can be kind in peace. They don't want something from you. They don't want your smelling bomb. They don't want your smelling breast or your bra. They can be nice without wanting anything from you. They don't want you. They don't want your penis. They can be nice without wanting anything from you. So yes, that's betrayal wounds. To make you feel like that. It makes you feel you need to exchange yourself for something. It makes you start having walls around you, guarding your heart, because you don't want to be taken for granted again. When you know that, I mean, come on, it's just the things you have gone through. And I'm sorry you have gone through that. I'm so sorry that you have gone through that. Now, let's go to the next slide. Our time is fast spent, but we have a few minutes more. Now, how to heal and change your attraction patterns. Some people are in 3 levels. It's okay. Don't feel bad. It's not your fault. And if you're in 1 level, wow. If you're in 2 levels or on 2 levels, good. now start thinking, what's my value to the people in my life? Oh, no. You're valuable. You're valuable. In fact, let it be that it was your value that brought them to you. Yeah. Now, how to heal and change your attraction patterns? Number 1, self-awareness. You need to know which ones are running the show. That's why I explained the 3 1. I took my time to explain them in detail so that you know. Number 2, reprogram your beliefs. Know that you don't have to earn love. You don't have to do anything to deserve love. You are deserving of love. You are worthy to be loved. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to get loyalty. I always say it that when you are dating someone, you having access to your partner's phone is not a privilege. It is your right. You are deserving of that. Them telling you where they are going, it is not a privilege. It is your right. Them telling you how much they earn is not a privilege. It is your right. See these 3 things I said. If you are dating anybody or you are married to someone that is not giving you all 3, then you need deeper healing. It is not normal. 2 people in love should have access to each other's phones. It does not now mean you are now a jobless person and you will now be scrolling and be saying, so what did you do today? Let me see. Or who called you? Who is that person? Who are they? When did you meet them? They're cheating on me. No, that's not why you have access to your phones. You have access to your phones because you both need to have access to each other's phones, because you are naked. If your body can be naked, why can't our phones be naked? Right? That's that. Okay, someone says first and second point. I hope I remember it the way I said it. But the first one is, I'm trying to remember the first one. If someone remembers, please say it. Because I'm time conscious now, so I'm starting to think. Okay, yeah, the first one is no, not self-awareness now. I was talking about 3 things that are your rights, not privileges in relationship or marriage. Number 1, how much they earn. It is your right to know. Having access to their phones, it is your right. Wherever they are going, where they are at different points, it is your right. Phone, their location, how much they earn, their finances, it is your right. It's not your privilege. So you are worthy of that. So number 3, learn new standards. Healthy love does not require you to shrink yourself. Don't shrink yourself so that you be accommodated by somebody. If they can't handle you, they can't handle you. Don't force it. You know what about many women or many men is that they know that this person, when I do this, is too much for them. They're not shrinking. Let me give you an example. I'm a coach now, for example, and I'm global. Yes, I know I'm going to be global. Forget it. And I maybe because of the kind of connections I have, I've met with different clients, all of that, gone for speaking gigs and all of that. My husband knows that I'm going to be a very loud person in life. So I should now be with someone that is now saying, thank you, Rebecca. Someone that is now saying, I don't want my wife to work. I don't want her to do that. I want someone that is at home. Please, if you are not a stay-at-home wife, don't marry someone that wants to marry a stay-at-home wife. Don't shrink yourself and say you will be providing over time. You will feel a void in you if you are not that person. Thank you, Temita. I'm already global. If you're not that person, if you're not, let you be in a sense. Are there not stay-at-home women that are doing good? Yes, if that is you, fine. Sister, I'm happy for you. But that is not me, ma. The same way, you will not shame me into being a full housewife. It's the same way I will not shame a full housewife into being a career person. If she says she wants to be a full housewife, good for you, sis. But it's not good for me. Yes. So don't shrink yourself. If it's healthy, they will not want to shrink. Go for someone that loves you. Don't be overshalaying. The next thing is intentional dating. Stop choosing, emotional regulation. Heal your nervous system so you stop craving chaos. Now, healing your nervous system is you healing your choices, healing your desires, your wants. Now, I want you to write this down if you have not been writing. The part, some things that would aid healing your nervous systems are: number one, your thoughts. Start thinking positively. Start thinking you deserve it. Start thinking you're worth it. Your thoughts. Number two, your imaginations. When you're imagining your marriage, your relationship, your future, never imagine him beating you. Never imagine him not having you access to your phone. Start imagining the right things. Number three, your social media. If you are following people that are toxic, please block them. Delete them. If there's somebody on your WhatsApp status that is always posting negative things, please mute them. Don't feed yourself toxicity. Heal your nervous system. Number four, your desires. Be strong about your desires. Know what you want and be strong about it. Now, the last thing is intentional dating. Stop choosing familiar pain and start choosing healthy love. If you know that this person is acting like my daddy and you know that your daddy was not okay, don't choose that person. Your mommy did not have your time, but this person, don't choose that. Now, let's talk about breaking the cycle, right? And this is the emotional repair blueprint I'm giving you. You know, I told you how to heal your love. I was saying, don't shrink yourself. How can you now do those things? Now, number one fact is people think healing is about moving on. No. When I'm saying heal, I'm not saying just forget like nothing happens to you or you were never hurt. No. I'm saying reprogram your patterns, the things that have held you stuck. Reprogram your heart. Reprogram yourself. It is not about luck. It is about waiting for the right person. Do you understand? It's about waiting for the right person. Now, I'm going to quickly rush through the 3-step process, which is step one. You need to identify and reprogram your emotional triggers. A trigger or an emotional trigger is anything that provokes a deep emotional reaction in you. You know, when they do this thing to you, it hurts you. When they do this thing to you, it makes you spark. If you see yourself reacting a certain way to a certain reaction, it is most likely linked. It is most likely linked to a wound you have, right? That's that. Now, once you know you have a trigger, study yourself that once you have stop causing people that hurt you. Once you have a trigger, study that once you have a trigger, you need to heal from that trigger. That's one thing. You need to deal with that trigger. Number, just like an example, because I say people say, I was born fat. When someone now says, Ayo, you're a fat person. Yes, I'm fat. If I now say, you too, you're a thin person, you're slim. Like tofu, I say, I never heal with that. You don't react that way when you know that's your trigger, right? So now here's how to reprogram your triggers. You catch yourself in real time. And then you ask yourself, is this a real threat? Or is this an old wound speaking? For example, if someone says, wow, you are fat, this seat cannot contain you, this chair cannot contain you, my first reaction should not be me sparking. Why? Because if I'm sparking, it means that it's one or two things. It means that I truly feel like a fat person is unworthy and I don't deserve love. So, wow, for you to say that you are hurting me. Or if it's a threat, if I know the person is really disrespecting, maybe the person is saying something like, who allowed you into this place? This place is not for people like you. And that's when I can now stand up to them and say, you are very silly. You are very, very silly. But if they're not saying that, they're not saying this check cannot contain you. It's not hard. It's not a course. It's not. They're not lying. They're being sincere. Do you understand? So assess triggers. Is it an old wound or is it really a threat, or are they really disrespecting you? Number 2, detach from the emotional story. Oh, don't say they ignored me because I'm ugly. They ignored me because I'm unlovable. Oh, they're abusing me because me too. I don't know how to draw well. I don't know how to do this or do that. Don't do that. Don't make excuses. Don't create a story around your life. Change the story. Do you understand? Try saying things like, people have their lives. It's not about me. It's on them. If a man cheats on you, it is not about you. It is on him. I've had clients that will tell me, coach, maybe he cheated on me because I'm not size 8. Sister, it's not about you. It's about him. And maybe he cheated on me because he has more sexual experience than me and I'm not good in bed. It's not about you. It's about him. Do you understand? Be with someone that loves you for who you are, that loves you the way you are, that wants you as you are, and that will not, when they want to help you grow, they help you grow. They don't bully you into growing. Let that sink. They don't bully you into growing. They don't make you feel like you are less than them because they're helping you grow. You are in love with someone, they should help you grow. You should help them grow. But you don't have to make them feel like you don't have sense or something. No, it's not about you, it's about them. And that's on period. Now, always choose a healthier response when you get triggers. Instead of immediately when somebody says something like, you have small bum bum, the first thing that says, you too, you have small bum bum, small penis. Reprogram it. Reprogram yourself. Choose a healthier response. Breathe first. Know that first of all, it's not everything everybody says that deserves response. My husband always says something. When I first started my relationship coaching on Instagram, I will make some posts that will trigger some men. They will not come and be telling me, I'll soon, I cannot live in a husband house. They will soon leave me. This. That I'm teaching women to be disrespectful to their husbands. This. So those times I want to reply and say, you are triggered because you're an abuser. My husband will not tell me, babe, it's not everybody that deserves to be replied. And honestly, since I took that policy, if you talk, I will look at you first. Look at what you are saying. I can assess your brain. It's not everybody that deserves to be replied. So if someone says some things to you too, don't be triggered. It's not everybody that deserves to be responded to. Now, breathe. See, that breathing exercise we did earlier is important. Learn to breathe. Learn. Breathe in, breathe out loudly. Now decide, are you worth my response or not? Now, when you now want to do that, now educate them. Give them emotional clarity, educate them. Don't respond from a place of, let me also prove to you that I know what I'm doing. Sit them down and say, there's a way you can, my husband is good at this thing. There's a way when people they're not wise and they want to make you feel stupid for being wise. You can school them and making them know that you are the stupid person. For example, someone says something like, how did you look at yourself to the point of you getting this fat? You cannot tell them, do you understand? Do you know what hormonal imbalance is? Oh, obviously, you don't know what that is. Oh, do you know what polycystic ovarian cyst is? Oh, you don't know what PCOS is, obviously. Yeah, that's why you're saying this. Oh, do you know that there can be genetics? You don't. Oh, do you know that there's something called gestational direct? Oh, you don't know. Yeah. School them, but don't let them know that you're not the fool. They are the ones that are silly. Let them know that. So, the truth is, your triggers are a map to what still needs healing. I'm going to put a pause and a hold to this here because I've been here for a while and it has been back to back. I know everybody's enjoying it, but honestly, we have to go home and there are questions that need to be answered. But your triggers are a map to show you what you need to heal from. That's what your triggers are. So, yes, like we could not live again. Don't worry, I know. Now, if you know that you enjoyed this session so much, and obviously, healing is a journey. Obviously, healing is a journey. You cannot just heal based on one time that you just had one experience and all of this. This session is meant to help you see yourself the way you are and how you can get better. That's what this session is for. But if you want something deeper, you know that, I want something deeper, then that means my healing foundation is for you. Obviously, my healing foundation is for you. Now, healing foundations are for people that you already know the problem. if you are going to register for Healing Foundation, it's not that you're looking for me to now tell you what the problem is again. You already know the problem. But you want a long-lasting solution that is also peculiar to your own situation. For example, I made many examples today, but I've still not touched some people's issues. If you are in this category, then you need to register for Healing Foundation. Healing Foundation is for you. Healing Foundation is what? Is for you. Obviously, in Healing Foundation, we're going to have deeper. For example, on this call, where 80-something. In Healing Foundations, I cannot accept 80-something people. Yeah, even though you're getting paid for it, because there's commitment, there's me putting myself into you and all of that. And after the foundation, I'm not leaving you alone. There's still you having unlimited access to me, follow-up calls and all of that. Because of that, the slots are very limited. I cannot spread myself into, I can't deceive myself. Even though I know I can help everybody, but I can't. I wish to help everybody, I can't. So for Healing Foundations, it is very limited. I cannot take 80-something people in Healing Foundations. Is the fact. I can't take 80-something people in Healing Foundations. And the theme for Healing Foundation is, the tagline is actually the emotional theater or the emotional surgery. Because there, I'm going to be taking, before surgery, they do prep. If you're a woman that has gone through, please mute your mycology. If you're a woman that has gone through cesarean section, you know that they will first prep you before taking you into the operation room. That's what this conference is for. This is the prep. But you see the place where the doctor removed the surgical knife. The doctor cannot remove surgical knife in the ward. You have to take it to a theater. That's what Healing Foundation. Healing Foundation is basically a theater. Healing Foundation is basically what? A theater where I can say, oh, this is what you need to do this, to do that. That's what Healing Foundation is for. Now, because I know you people took out your time to be on this call and all of that, and I know it's very important for you to be here, and I don't take your presence here for granted, then if you are going to be on this call, if you're on this call and you want to register for Healing Foundation, I'm going to give you a discount. Now, Healing Foundations is $50 or 60,000 naira. That's what Healing Foundations is for. So I know that if you're on this call, you're obviously going to get a discount and all of that. That's why I'm going to give 5 minutes for people that want to register for Healing Foundation. Before I take the questions, I know there are still questions I want to answer. Especially if you have a question, wait, don't go yet. I'm going to answer your question. But at the same time, I know that I cannot take 80-something people, like I said, to do deep work healing. So if this is for you and you're on this call, obviously I'm going to give you a discount on this call. Now, what I want to do is, if you are on this call, instead of 60,000 naira, and guess what? The doors are closing already. Healing Foundation's registration has been open for a very long time, and the doors are closing already. So I want to share a tab now. Okay. All right. So now, if you know that you want to register for Healing Foundations, then can everybody still hear me? Oh, okay, yes.
Yes.
So you can still hear. Thank you, Benedicta. So now, if you don't want to register for Healing Foundations, instead of paying 60,000 naira, you're going to pay 40,000 naira. But guess what? The 40,000 naira is valid for the next 15 minutes. So this is 8:30 now. Between now and 8:45, after that, the price goes back to 60K. That's the fact. So if you know that you want to pay this money now, and I told you it's limited, and I'm not even joking, I wish to help everybody. There is someone you are going to message. I'm going to put the person's number here. The person is my admin. And once the person alerts me that we have reached the number of people I want to take, the person will alert me, and I will say, please stop paying, even if it's before the 15 minutes. So please, if you know that, then this is the account details. Oh, the OP account detail is not properly written. Let me add it very well. This is if you want to use OPay. Now, my OPay number, if it does not bring out my name, that's not me. If it does not bring out my name, that's not me. Don't come and say, I paid though. I did not see it. Now, if you pay, if you do the transfer on this call, send the screenshot. Screenshot is what I'm using to count the people I'm going to stop taking, so that I will know when we get to that point. Send a screenshot of that. Tell the person I've registered and send a screenshot to the person. Oh, sorry, this number was not complete. I just sent a link to the call now. So if this is you, like I said, the discount is valid only between now and 15 minutes time. Sorry, it's no longer 15, it's 30 minutes time now. Anybody paying after that time has to pay 60K. Yeah, it's 15 minutes because I can't take everybody, obviously. And yeah, that's that. So I put the WhatsApp link on the call now. You can copy it or just message the person on WhatsApp. Let me put the number here again. So if you pay, send the screenshot to that person. I'm just going to give us 8 more minutes before I continue and take questions. The real price or the normal price is 60,000 naira, but if you're on this call, you are paying 40,000 within the next 13 minutes now. Some of us need to save. Don't worry. If you are going to save, you pay 60K. And I don't mean it that way, but that's it. That's it, honestly. So it's 40K right now if you're transferring now. Now, if you're using PayPal, this is my PayPal email address. If you want to pay in dollars, if you're on this call, you're going to pay $40 if you're on this call. If you want to pay in dollars, so use my PayPal or my Zelle. This is my Zelle phone number. Use my Zelle phone number. So yeah, I mean registration is still open. A big girl. Registration is still open till on Thursday next week. Yeah, on Thursday, because Healing Foundation is on Saturday and Sunday next week. It's going to be 5 full hours, 5 to 6 hours of deep healing. Yeah, and I'm going to be able to address each person uniquely. And after that, each person is going to have access to me again personally, unlimited access. After that, each person, thank you, Rebecca, thank you so much. After that, each person is also going to have a 30-minute free session with me. So if that is you and you want this, so for the next, now we have just, I don't know, mass. What's mass now? Been trying to join. I don't know why some people are just still trying to join now, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, Healing Foundations is run once in every quarter, but the theme for each foundation is different. So this theme I told you is the emotional surgery. Next one is not going to be the emotional surgery, it's going to be something different. So yeah, 11 minutes left. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you. You people always serving master this call. Thank you. So yeah, I'm giving just 6 minutes before I continue the question, and for others, you can still pay the money even 5 minutes after I continue the question. Remember that your screenshot should be sent to that number, and that's what validates your payment. If you don't send screenshots, your slot might go to someone else, honestly, because I can only take a number of people, honestly. I'm not a, what's it called? I'm not an everybody's person. Yeah, can someone book a session with me on emotional? Yeah, you can. You can. If you want a one-to-one session, you can. I have one-to-one sessions. So the train is moving. In 4 minutes, I'll start asking, I'll start taking the questions. My admin is already seeing screenshots. People want healing. You don't like your life now. Okay. Someone just DM'd me on WhatsApp that, please, ma, can you extend the discount till tomorrow? Hey, God, you are making me feel bad now. There's no extension. There's no extension. There's no extension. I'm sorry. I'm not typing the response to you, so you can hear me now. There's no extension. Sorry. I love you, and I want you to heal, but there's no extension. It's going to be unfair. There's no extension. Whilst we are doing this, if you know you have sent your screenshots, you can drop your question if it's not here. If not, I'll just answer the questions that was sent to me before the program. Let me start looking for them. You can take water, or if you have paid your money, take water and drink. If you have not paid too, you can take water and drink. Yeah, there are people raising their hands. They have to chill, no, they have to wait. Don't worry, I'll take questions. You have to wait. Or are you raising your hand to ask something regarding the payment? If it's regarding the payment, okay. So for my admin, we have just 10 spaces left. If you have not paid now, you want to be among the 10, the lucky 10, call them lucky 10. Not because other people are unlucky, you are lucky too. But lucky to get a spot, that's what I mean. But yeah, we have just 10 spaces left. Now, one of the things about healing foundations again is, I just want to say this again for people that are already paying and maybe you're thinking in your head, I'm paying or I've paid now and all of that. You don't want to, there's a difference between knowing your problem and knowing the solution to your problem and applying the solution to your problem. One of the jobs of a coach, or the reason I'm a coach, is that I'm not just going to tell you, on this call, I've told you a number of things you can do. I'm not just going to tell you this is what you can do, but I'm going to now help you apply what you need to do into your own personal life. The results you need to get. Number 2 is that I will teach you how to sustain the healing that you have gotten. Because forget it, I told you that healing is a journey. Have you seen a situation whereby someone is traveling in a vehicle and another person, maybe they see a policeman on the road or something, and they stop them? Now, when they stop them, there's no how they want to keep traveling. It means that on their journey, they have paused. I will teach you how to keep going on your healing journey so that you cannot be stopped by anybody. I will teach you how to change and reframe your mindset. And for people who are suffering low self-esteem, I talked a lot about trauma and all that. For people who are suffering low self-esteem, Healing Foundations is going to help you transform from being someone with low self-esteem to someone with high level confidence. Does it mean you will not feel some way sometimes? No. It means that you know how to attack the situation. When people try to make you feel down, you know the exact things to do at the exact point and the things to say. So if you are stalling on Healing Foundations, that's that. And also, for people that have paid, you know what to expect. Getting 30 minutes personal session with me for free. Hey, presently, my 45-minute session is $50. If you check my website, let me drop my website here so you can see. My 45-minute session is $50, but now you're going to be getting 30 minutes for free. Wow, what an offer! That's after Healing Foundations. It's not the Healing Foundation is not the 30 minutes. The Healing Foundations is a 5 to 6 hour lecture, not just lecture, but practical immersion session and transformative session. So yeah, I'm going to start taking questions now. And for people that still want to pay, you still have 4 minutes to do the payment. Okay, I got some really funny questions actually, and some really emotional questions too. So I'm going to be taking it one after the other. Now let me start with this. This person says that a lot of people tell her friends and people around her tell her that she is too rigid and she is not loving enough. So she's not loving enough. So they tell her that she doesn't have emotions, and she's saying it's affecting her. Well, how you can deal with that is, first of all, you need to understand that the fact that you were hurt does not mean it is everybody that hurts you. So stop spreading your hurt. Stop closing your heart. Because there's an adage in Yoruba that says, if we close our eyes for a bad person to pass, we will not know when a good person passes. Can people still hear me? Let me still see your emojis or your comments if you can still hear me. Okay, thank you. Now, you need to understand that a process or a step in healing is you being emotionally available again. Is you giving love a chance again. Is you being intentional about how you accept people again. Now, the difference between your old self and your new self is that there is boundaries. There is boundaries. Boundaries have to be set. That's the difference between you and that person. So you need to understand that if your boundaries are not set, then you will keep attracting the wrong people. But once you have decided that now you are healing and all of that, you need to give people a chance for them to even prove that they are right. So that's my answer to that person. Another question. Let me see. This person says, 1 second. I'm rich. Okay, sorry. How can one attract the right kind of men? Because the more I look at my life, the more I see how I find myself in a space, a relationship with men, a relationship with men that have big red flags, undeserving of me. I love big and deep. No matter how I see myself, I am carrying a big baggage around. Yes, I already said some things that the way you can attract a kind man is, number one, you know your worth first. You know that you are deserving of this person and you don't shrink yourself. So yes, as that. Understanding red flags. And again, I was going to talk about spotting red flags and and ignoring people with red flags or avoiding them. But because of time, I was not able to say that. So it means that I would have to teach that in Healing Foundations. So I was not able to. I wish I was able to go through everything, but no, I can't say everything about that. So that's that. If you're that lady, if you want to know more, you can pay for Healing Foundations. Someone else says, good afternoon, my challenge is low self-esteem. It started when I was small. They always embarrass me on small things. Sorry about that. I want to develop myself, but I'm afraid because I'm not able to do it right, and people will make jest of you. Well, it is your life, so you don't care what people say because it's your life. I might not do it right. People will make jest of you. Yeah, people will always laugh at you, but decide: do you want to look at them laughing at you, or you want to focus on your building or your journey? I don't know how I can work for money to learn it. Well, in Healing Foundations again, I'll be talking about personal transformation. You know, I said something about from low self-esteem into being the woman you want. If you know you need help on making more money, I told you I'm a marketing strategist. I know a lot about making money online and all of that. Then join Healing Foundations because I can't obviously talk about that now. Somebody says, how do I move on from relationship for 4 years that ended on no specific reason? I tried to move on, but it's not working. I find myself attached to him and thinking about him with that opportunity. Well, if it's the one that ended the relationship, you have your answer. You have your answer. It is obvious that he does not want you. You have your answer. It's obvious. It's obvious. There's nothing you want to do. Coach, I want to know how to get along with a man who has given up on love but want to try again. How do I make him more open and affectionate towards me? I love this because Healing Foundation is building for this this quarter is building the me before the we. So we're going to be talking about if you have partners that are unresponsive. Now, for people particularly in love, if you have a partner that is unresponsive to love, if you are in love and you have a partner that is not being themselves enough, If you have a partner that is, because of their own trauma too and their upbringing, they don't know how to love you the way you want to be loved, the healing foundation is for you. If you're in that category, healing foundation is for you. If you have a partner that is not affectionate and open towards you, you need healing foundations. Honestly, I can't give you those strategies on this call. Obviously, you need healing foundations. I struggle with masturbation and I want to stop. Deep down, I do. I feel like I've tried everything, but when there's a trigger, especially the one I don't see coming, I fall again. I know it's deeper than just pray. Yes, it's deeper than just pray. Please, join in foundations. That's what I can say, because this is a deep topic. Join in foundations. I like a guy and he really cares about me, possibly loves me. I'm not sure I believe it. I already talked about this. If someone is loving you and you don't believe it, it's obvious that there are things about that. And the last question I'm going to take now, because of time, I see people are leaving, I understand that people are leaving. See, all these questions, if you don't join in foundations, if you're part of people that join foundation, you have a slot there, then I'll take these questions. I can't take everything again. I'm even tired again already. So I'm going to take just one last question, and I'm going to take it from someone who has been raising their hand since. So, Ibiene David, unmute your mic and speak. Ibiene or Ibiene. If you're not here, then I'm going to give that slot to someone else. Okay. Odugbemi Taiwo. Unmute your mic and speak. But please, if your question is too deep and it's going to be so time consuming, then I'll just, understand. So, Taiwo, you can speak. Odugbemi Taiwo. Unmute your mic and speak. I want someone that will speak. That's why I'm not. Abigail. Abigail Oluwaseun. Unmute your mic and speak.
Okay, ma.
Hi, Abigail.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening. I saw all your chats when we were doing the session.
Yes, ma. And so, this happened. This is a relationship whereby it was not looking like that before, but all of a sudden, I found myself battling nagging, constantly being insecure and everything. Though he actually triggered those things that I'm talking about, but he kept complaining about it, and I kept saying I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change. But I kept finding myself in that same circle, and it saddens me so much. And I would just break down, and so I really don't know what to do. But I started talking to experienced people, and they gave me some help, in which has been helping me. He saw the changes in me, and he kept reassuring me that he's going to do everything in his power to make us go back to the way we used to be. But one day, one morning, without any fight and everything, he just broke things off with me. And it was like, due to past experience, he's no longer himself. He detached himself emotionally. I really don't know what to do. I want to move on, actually. Like, I really, really want to move on. But a part of me still wants him to come back to make things right. Meanwhile, when I was changing, when I was trying to be myself, he didn't offer any help or support for me. He just kept blaming me, and he even said he doesn't even know if my change is a pretense or not. So I really don't know what to do. I'm so
Okay. Can
confused.
you be more specific about the things he asked you to change about? Can you be more specific?
He talked about anger issues, insecurity. Most especially, he talks like I complain, I nag.
Okay. And when you said you changed, were you guys still dating when you changed?
Yes, exactly.
And then he still said he was not interested, right?
That was even after, like, he didn't even give me any signs that he was not interested. He just woke up one morning and said he has been overthinking it for a very long time.
Okay. I think you have your answer already. See, you don't beg people to accept you. Now, it is sad that yes, he was probably a good person, but maybe at first you were the one that messed it up because of these issues that you had, which is sad, but you took a step and a chance on yourself and you decided to be better. You decided to improve. You decided to be a better woman. See, first of all, don't be a better woman for a man. Be a better woman for yourself first. That's the fact. So don't see it as because you have now done it, your effort is wasted because he's not around or he does not want you again. No. it means that maybe maybe the you he was even attracted to is the you that had anger issues and that was weak. Now that you have changed, maybe someone else is the person that now can handle that new you. Do you understand? So don't think your effort in changing, in becoming a better person is wasted. You did it for you first. Abigail is a better person because she decided to step ahead or move better or be better. It's not for the man. And I'm sorry that you love him, but he said he has overthought things. He's an adult. You cannot force him to love you. You cannot force him to stay. Because whatever you beg him to do now, you will beg to sustain. Do you understand? So if he has said he's begging this and you don't, it's okay. You will find someone else. All the things I talked about, yeah, there are things that would help you to better position, know your worth, know that you don't have to shrink, all those things. You will definitely attract a better person. That's it. It's hurtful, right? But that's just the solution. So everybody, yes, I keep seeing all the questions, but honestly, I wish we had more time. We have been on this call now for almost 3 hours, 7 minutes before it's 3 hours. And yeah, I can't take every question, obviously. So here's what I will do. No, you can't type again. Time has gone. Mrs. Odukbemi, I gave you the time to speak. Unfortunately, it's not my fault that you were able to speak. I wish you were able to speak. But here's what I'll do. I promise that if you're in Healing Foundations, I would answer your question. I'm sorry I cannot answer it now. And for people that are not in Healing Foundation, someone asked that can they book an emotional session with me? Yes, if you want a one-on-one or one-to-one session, you can also book that. You can have your answer question, and I can also take you through therapy and all of that and counseling. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, like some people are doing already. I have YouTube videos that talk about how to detach from a wrong man, how to improve your self-esteem. You can get my YouTube channel. If you ask on the group, I can drop the YouTube link on my channel, or my website is there, and then you can watch these videos that can help you. And then Healing Foundations again is still open. Registration for people that said they want to save, registration is still open. If you still want to be part of the slots that are left, how many slots are left? They have 8 slots left. If you want to be part of the 8 slots, then you can still pay. Yeah, my YouTube link, I'll send it on the group. I'll ask my admin to send it on the group. So that's that. So thank you so much. Before we go, can you drop a sentence and tell me how you felt about this session, about this conference? If you gain something, can you quickly drop it for the next 6 minutes that we have? I honestly wish I would do that, or I would answer all, but I can't answer all questions. For those that are in Healing Foundation, this is not goodbye. We will still see in the next 1 week, because Healing Foundations is next week. So yes, okay, I'm seeing Oluwashem. Okay, Abigail is saying thank you so much. Yes, you needed this. Yes, thank you to Rebecca is saying thank you for the class. It was really impactful, engaging. Oh, thank you. Joanna is saying I feel seen and heard. Thank you so much. Thank you to Rebecca said she learned a lot. Evelyn says thank you so much for this teaching. Thank you to you guys. Thank you so much. In fact, this class was very interactive. The chat and the people that were violent on this chat, I know your faces already. Some people were saying some voice I talked about did not have sense. It's okay. Someone, Helen says, it was insightful. I'm global already. Okay, I'm global. Thank you. Who else? Let me see if there's any more chats. Oh, okay. See, Detola. You are someone that, in fact, you're funny. You made me laugh a lot on this call. Said, I feel heard. Thank you too. God bless you, Ryogo. Thank you. Amen. Oluronke, thank you for the session. You uplifted. Nice. I just wanted to be sure that people got 1 or 2 things. Blossom says it was interesting and helped you understand what kind of challenges you had and that you can work on it. Yes, you can. Nafisa says, I remember you sending me a DM on Instagram, so I'm glad you're here. Nafisa says, thank you so much. I feel better now. God bless you. Yes. Imuwahe says, I need to learn to stand up for yourself. Yes, you do need that. And yes, thank you for hosting us. Thank you. I don't care. Thank you so much. Thank you. Miracle. Thank you. Feel better. Thank you. Taiwo. We had 2 Taiwos on this call. I mean, and both of you, I was not able to answer your question. Sorry. Taiwo Josiah too. Thank you. You guys really contributed. God sent. I really appreciate your teachings. You're such a darling. Oh, thank you. Thank you too. Thank you too. Wait, I want to know, is Titilayo still on this call? You people remember Titilayo now that gave us what she wanted in the beginning and all of that. I want to make she's still on the call. Although I saw that Titilayo has registered for Healing Foundations. So I'm still going to see her. Just I want to make she's still on this call. Because she's registered for Healing Foundations. I guess not. Maybe she left already. Okay. So thank you everybody also. It was so nice being with you guys. Thank you, Coach. Shout out to my actual love for inviting me. Her name is Q. Oh, nice. Paul. Are you a guy, Paul? Speak if you're a guy. Let me hear your voice, Paul. Let me hear your voice. Or you can't speak. Hi.
Thank you. It was a wonderful session. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much.
It was so nice to have you. We have been looking for male energy since morning.
Well, yeah?
I'm glad you are here. Thank you. And to the love of your life. You said her name is Q.
Yeah.
What was the full name? Is it what?
I'll tell you some other time.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Q, no problem. My regards to Q, maybe Queen.
Okay.
My regards to Q, tell her thank you. And you too, thank you for
Thank you,
taking time here. You mean so much.
All right.
So everybody,
Bye.
yeah. Somebody said, God when. Ellen, who invites you? Sorry. Will the questions from the anonymous still be answered? It depends, honestly. It depends. For those that are needing foundations, it's guaranteed. But if you're not needing foundations, it depends, honestly. I'm not promising. It depends because I have other things too, but it just depends. If I have a chance, fine. If not, if you're needing foundations, we'll get to answer that. Rebecca says, am I a spoon? You're not a spoon, and you're not a fork. Don't worry, you're a human being. You're Rebecca, deserving of love. So before we go, let me just give us a quick pump-up session. And this is important. After hearing a lot of these things, you need something that you can always look back to after this session. So first off, I want you to know, if you're on this call, that you are deserving of love. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of love. You deserve to be loved. You are not begging to be loved. There are men. See, don't let anybody lie to you that every man must at least drink, smoke, or cheat. No. Paul is on this call because Paul is not cheating. He can say it with his full chest. He even told us our name. If you don't have a man like Paul, I don't know who you are. Maybe Silas you are. I'm joking, but honestly, not all men cheat. Let's see. Let it sink. Not all men cheat. Not all men cheat. Not all men cheat. And if you're in a marriage that your husband has cheated and you want to heal from this, please find the money and pay for Healing Foundations. I don't know how else to say this. I cannot help everybody, like I said, but find the money to join Healing Foundations because you would have yourself to thank afterwards. In fact, you would have yourself. There's no client of mine that has had a session with me that tells me they left the same way. And this is not even me trying to smart. I have some of them on this call. Some of them have left or have gone. They told me they had to leave early and all of that. But if you're on this call and you know that you have been cheated on, your healing deserves another level. I'm not joking. Look for the money. It's for you. It's not for, I'll collect the money, but I'm not just collecting the money because I want to collect the money. First of all, there are a lot of things. To put this free class together, I know how much I spent. Many of you that said you saw me on Facebook, on Instagram, you probably saw me because I ran ads, because I really want people to heal, right? So honestly, you are investing in yourself. You're investing in your heart. I said it that before. I went through many sexual molestations. It's not one. It's not two. It's not three. Both from men and women. I'm serious. I had it rough. I had no self-esteem. I had inferiority complex. I had emotional trauma. I had a lot of things going on. One of the things that helped me was I decided that my healing was worth my money. If you are saying in your mouth, I want to heal, but you are thinking one money is too much to heal, then you really are not ready. It's the fact. It's not a cost. It's just like people saying, I want to improve my business. I want to make more sales, but they're asking you to pay money for a business class and you think it's too much. Then you're not ready or you don't value the healing. That's one of the reasons why the Healing Foundation is not open to just everybody. Honestly. The Healing Foundation, we're not going to be talking about why you are hurt or what kind of trauma do you maybe abandon. That's not what we're saying there. We are talking about deeper healing levels. So not all men cheat. If you have been cheated on, or if you have cheated on someone before, I've had female clients also that were the victims, they cheated. I've had male clients that were the ones they cheated. If you have cheated on someone or you have been cheated on, in healing foundations, I'm not going to say, oh, say your problem for the whole class to hear. No. Do you understand? Healing foundation is going to be more intimate. We're all going to have our videos on. But you would have told me your issue beforehand so that I know how to relate to you personally. And in the free session you're going to get 30 minutes, we'll know how to iron out these issues. And you have unlimited texts or chats with me again for another 2 weeks after healing foundations. So not all men cheat. Number 3, your worth is not in what you have. Your worth is not in the money you have or the job you have. That's not where your worth lies in. So if you have been accepting less, this is a call to wake up, a call to be who you are, a call to be the woman. The moment you keep playing low, you will keep attracting men that like women that play low. You bet on yourself and attract a man that likes a daring woman. For once in your life, be daring, bold, confident, resilient, and attract a man that loves that. Attract a man that your confidence turns him on. I said it on my page that my name, the emotional surgeon, was given to me by my husband. We were cooking together one night and he looked at me and said, "You are an emotional surgeon, and I want the world to know you as that." And I'll say, "Oh yeah, bam, my chief Bam Bam has spoken. I am the emotional surgeon," and that's on period. You to bet on yourself. Be with a man. Be with a man that can show you to the world and say, "It's okay if I'm not shining now. My wife is shining. Let her take the shine. My wife is shining. Let her shine. Let her shine. Let her shine." And for those that don't know, my husband joined this call. So he's rooting for me, even on this call. If you like, be looking for him up and down. You will not see his name. In Jesus' name. You will not see his name. People that are following me on Instagram know him already, but you will not see his name. You will not see it. So some people are looking for my husband. Sorry. So yes, not all men cheat. Not all men are stingy. If you are with a man that does not give you things, problem, Tiwa, there is a problem. Yes, there's a story I said I was going to share. I forgot to share it. Oh, let me rush through it in the next 2 minutes before we close. Someone told me about a guy that they were having talking stage, and this is a guy that they were having talking stage, and then they had their something like a first date, and she bought drinks, this Chivita juice as a gift to give the guy. And then the thing the guy used to do as a gift to her back was the gift she gave him. See, there's no man that is too poor to buy a gift. There's no man that is too busy to treat you right. You are not just his priority. Simple as ABC. It's simple. You are not his priority. Have you not seen men that are earning 30K a month, but when their wives start doing birthday, they will still take out 20K out of that 30K to go and book a restaurant for her? You are not his priority. Don't be making excuses saying he does not have a lot, and he has never bought you pants. He has never bought you some. Sorry, you are not his priority. And you are not his priority. And he thinks that me checking his phone is insecure. No, he thinks that he has things on his phone that he cannot allow you to see. What does he have? And remember, it's not as if you should carry the phone and be scrolling. You have access because you have access. Oh, maybe you want to take picture on your husband's phone or something. It does not mean sometimes you will not say. There are times that my husband is gonna be like, let us see your status. So what's going on? So I'm bored, and I'll carry his status. I'll be looking at, and I'll be saying, "How is this person?" Say, "This one went to school together. We did this together." Simple as ABC. Doesn't mean the next day again I'll carry it again and say yes. So what's the agenda for today? Do you understand? Honestly, you deserve the best. You deserve the. Don't understand it. There are 5 major love languages. Words of affirmation. If it talks you down, you already know the answer. If it does not gift you things, you already know the answer. If it does not give you quality time, you already know the answer. If he does not like to hug you or he has problem, I'm not saying sex before marriage now, because please, I don't believe that you should have sex before marriage. Sex before marriage, not just Christian thing or religious or moral thing, but because there are a lot of things attached to it. These are one of the reasons why people attract men that don't love them or women that don't love them. When you have had sex, it is harder to detach from somebody. It is the simple fact. First love language, act of service. If you cannot do things, go out of his way to do things for you. You already know your answer. And the last one, what's the last one again? What's the last one I've not touched? I think I've touched all 5. Gifts, a quality time, word of affirmation, physical touch, and act of service. Yes. So don't make excuse for any man. I had someone one time that told me that the person she was with never told her she loved her, and they were dating. What kind of dating is that? Please, you deserve better. Please. Red flag, we turn pink with good sex. True. Oh, please don't accept red flag. It's red, is red. Don't try to say maybe it's just lilac. I remember one time my husband, I'll keep this one for people in any foundation. My husband was telling me something about there is red flag and there is orange flag. Hey, if you want to hear that one, the deep things behind that one, to know red and orange, come to Healing Foundations. And yes, registration is still open for Healing Foundations. See you at the Healing Foundations. And for other people, thank you for attending. See you some other time. I love you all. Follow me on Instagram to get more posts about this and to know when next I have a session like this and even other sessions I have. And you can also book a one-to-one call. If you think you want something more intimate and personal, message me on WhatsApp, ask on the group. I'll drop my website again. You can see I have a lot of programs. In fact, let me see if I can even share it. Let me see if I can share that one, share my website for people to see me. Okay. So, see, I have plenty things for you. There's no level you are that I don't have. I have the Healing Love Tribe Blueprint. It's a group coaching program. I have Ignite Rekindle and Try. This one is for couples. If you and your partner want to have a session with me, this is for you. There is the one-time one, there is the 4 weeks one, there's the 8 weeks one. I have the wholeness part for someone that asks that she wants to learn how to make more money. Let's say you want to know how to step into purpose, into a better career, how to start your business, all those things. Wholeness part is for you. Life coaching, this one is all around your spiritual life, your physical life, your career life, your business life, everything. We're going to touch it. It's a 4-week program. Self-esteem repair, this one is only to help you heal your self-esteem and become confident. Pour out session, this one is a 90-minute session where you just want to pour out on me. You have gone through a lot and just feel like talking and talking. I will not stop you, and when you are done talking, I'll give you solution. Healing Foundations, yeah, the one we have. Relationship clarity, you're with a guy or you're with a woman, you're not sure whether he or she is the one for you. That's relationship clarity. Then infidelity recovery, you cheated or you were cheated on, you know. Now, self-esteem diagnostics is just if you're not sure whether your self-esteem is good or bad, you're not even sure of yourself, then what I'll do in self-esteem diagnostics is there are a set of questions I've put together and scenarios that will now gauge. So there will be a score. It's like an assessment. There's a score. You can tell what level you are. This one is a 30-minute session. I'm just going to go through those things again and decide. So if you now know you need healing, then you can now say, oh, maybe I need healing. And if you are healthy, I'll tell you, oh, you have a very healthy self-esteem. We're supposed to talk about something called the high-value self-test, but because of time also, we're not able to do it. Healing Foundations people will have a lot to get anyways. But yeah, before we say thanks for blessing us, thank you. My mouth don't dry like this. I've been talking for like 3 hours. And Josephine Precious, thank you everybody. It means so much to me. If you still want to register for Healing Foundation, reach out to me. Registration is still open, and see you some other time. Have a great night, everybody. Bye. Bye, Joanna, Rebecca, the 2 people that talk the most on this call, and Blossom.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma.